Hello, my darlings. Hello. I apologized a little later today. My sister's fiance, it's his first day back to work after being on his maternity leave. So my sister today was the first day with two kids under two, and my nephew to bring him to school this morning as. So I went to the store with my sister to help her out with the kids. One starts crying, the other starts crying. It was chaotic. It reminded me why I was done having littles a long time ago and why my youngest is closer to 10 now, you know? I'm also older than my sister, so give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. One second, guys. Sorry. All right. Sorry, there is incoming. Okay, so let's just put it this way. Incoming all sorts of shit. There's some tandies and some craziness afoot, my friends. Um, Let me start this show. Unfortunately, I want to get the bad news out of the way. I would like to get the sad news out of the way because it's just sad, and you know nobody likes sad news. You know, so let me get that out of the way first before I go any further here. Um, I'm just trying to get something up on the screen here for you guys. Oh, shit. So last night, Bella the dog was having a little bit of struggles, and they thought maybe it was the prednisone, so they switched the medication to a different medication. Unfortunately, that medication didn't really make a difference. She passed away this morning in Ashley's arms at 7:21 a.m. Ashley texted me about 7:29 a.m. She passed away in Ashley's arms, and of course, Ash is a mess. She left a really nice message for all of you in my comment section on a video, but she also made this little video of Bella that I am happily going to play. Yeah, she was perked up and doing well, and then last night it kind of got a little iffy with they thought maybe it was the prednisone, so they got a different med, switched the med. Ashley went to the pharmacy, switched the med, and she didn't make it out this morning, unfortunately. So Ashley's, of course, very upset, as most people would be when they lose their fur baby. Ashley's had her since she was this little, just a little tiny 6-week-old pup, you know? And so she made this little video of Bella, although if you're not catching it live with me, you probably won't see it because I'm happy to get the strike notification from YouTube for Bella and Ashley. But what happens is after the live stream, it makes me like mute the audio or delete it because it has like a melody in the background, which can be copyrighted. But I'm going to play it anyway because I'm me. That's why. So still sad, very sad. She loved cookies. I loved cookies. Just sad. There are little bears that she's chewed to all hell. It's sad. Especially because I know my friend is hurting right now. And that makes it just 10 times harder when your friend is freaking hurting, you know? But she left us a comment this morning. So I can find it for you guys to read it for you all. Um, you know, what gets me the most, I feel like, is Ashley is still extremely grateful because we gave her, you know, that fighting chance for Bella, and she got, you know, a couple extras that she would not have gotten without our help, and even 10 extra minutes. I would give anything for 10 extra minutes with my, you know, loved ones that are no longer with us. I'm trying to find where is it? It's here. Okay, yeah, here it is. So Ash left this message this morning here for us. No, she left two. An hour ago, she left this one. So she said, unfortunately, I have a broken heart message to share. Bella fought hard and we did everything possible, but she did not make it. She passed away June 8th, 2026, 7:20 a.m. in my arms, cuddled safe, while she went to heaven. Rest in peace. And then it's the video that Ashley made of her dog, of course. But more importantly, she edited the comment that she made the other day, and she obviously added here into the bottom about her passing. But I'm going to read the whole thing to you because she edited it this morning and said, I'm writing this with a heart that's completely overwhelmed with gratitude. 2 days ago, I was sitting in the dark, staying up all night, and begging my sweet Bella just keep breathing. I was terrified, exhausted, and feeling utterly helpless. Because all of you in a fantastic veterinary hospital, everything changed. Bella coming home and being taken care of, and yes, it was because of you. The $1,200, $1,213.41 bill that would have ruined me, but because of all your love and support, is now reduced to less than $400 currently. I want to thank you all from the bottom of my soul, not just for the financial support, but for simply being there to listen. Knowing that I wasn't alone in fighting for Bella brought an immediate wave of positivity and the strength of friendship when I needed it the most. Your words, your presence, and the flood of prayers for Bella gave me the hope I was desperately struggling to find. I still get the emotional chills of hair standing up when I say this because it was all from your hearts to Bella and me. Because of your extremely generous donations, Bella was able to get the emergency blood transfusion she so critically needed. You gave her a fighting chance. The vet told me she was a 50-50 odds of survival, and I needed every single one of you to know that those odds only increased because of all of you who've shown such love and care for a fur baby in trouble. You stepped up, you rallied, and you threw Bella a lifeline. Elise, thank you for using your platform, your massive heart, and your energy. To take care of us, especially when your platform helps you survive. You did this for Bella, not your own needs, and didn't accept a dime. To Twisted Tragedy, wonderful community, Thank you for proving that there is a deep, profound goodness in the world. No matter what the next few days bring, please know that Bella is fighting right now because of the love you all poured into that stream yesterday. Thank you from the absolute bottom of my heart. The tears I'm currently experiencing is because the emotional support you all gave me and Bella. I will never forget any of you for making this successful. Unfortunately, today, June 8th, 2026, my dear sweet Bella passed away at 7:21 a.m. in my arms, and she will always be deeply missed. Rest in peace, my sweet baby. It's just heartbreaking for my friend because it's a little buddy, you know? And I know how important fur babies are to the family. I know mine are. I know my daughter's service animals are. And we would be devastated if anything happened to one of them, regardless, you know, of how old they were, how sick they were. You're never ready for it. And I know, Ashley's struggling with losing her, and her passing in her arms doesn't make it any better. And still, yet still, she brings that sort of love and positivity even when she's hurting, to go out of her way to make sure that she thanks us, for giving her pup that sort of fighting chance to. And to be fair, like, had we not stepped up and tried to help, Bella wouldn't have got those extra couple days. She was in pretty rough shape the other day. And that's why I said that it vet cautioned that it could be, temporary, the perking up. And that we would just have to see how it goes. But I think it's more heartbreaking when they start to look better and eat and drink, and then they're just gone, It's just sad. It's sad, and it makes my heart hurt for my friend. I can't imagine the pain, losing your best fur baby, your little buddy that does everything with you every day, all day, And she did do everything that she could do, I always knew she would. But I think that's a little silver lining for her, is that we did do all that we could do. And I don't think anybody's ever bothered to give a shit, to be honest, about things like that for her. She doesn't have a lot of family, so just like I don't. And I recognize that not having a lot of family takes its toll. Especially when hard shit happens. It's sucky. It's fucking sucky. You can only do what you can only do. But I have talked to her. She is, dealing. But she did. She got those final moments that she probably wouldn't have had otherwise. And, she appreciates that more than really anything. And it's going to be rough, without her there every morning, every day, every night. But she's not alone, and she, like anyone else, can, check in, and I'm checking in on her always to make sure she's okay. This is important to me, and we should always be doing that anyway. All right, now that we get the sad news out of the way, she'll see them later. It's not here right now, but she will see them later. She goes back and watches them. I don't usually drink soda either, but I really wanted something cold. Soda this morning for some weird reason. So I decided I was going to get a Mountain Dew while I was out with my sister. Okay, so much shenanigans have happened. I don't want to do any other sad news. I'd skip the other sad news for my shit. That's sad enough without adding my shit into it. So now my nose is running because I don't feel so proud. Okay. Now I'm all blotchy again. Not that I'm not always blotchy. Always blotchy with the psoriasis, but like, just a little more blotchy than normal. And I really need to dye these grays. I ran out of boxes of dye that Leah got me a while ago because I have to use 2 boxes every time I do my hair in box dye, of course, because it's not as thick, but it's long. It's very long. My hair is very long. So I have to use 2 boxes of dye. And I definitely got to do something with I am so sick. Does anybody else have these baby hairs in the back, ladies? Like, of course I have, bobby pins, but like, why? Just why? It drives me bananas. Absolutely bananas. And I have all these, sort of baby hairs at the top, fly away baby hairs that drive me absolutely bonkers. Like, I have some of the frizziest hair I feel like on planet Earth. And I guess that's part of like having Spanish, Portuguese, Irish, Congolesian hair, is that it's just wild. I hate the salt and pepper. I hate it. I look 10 years older with it. When I cover it, you cannot tell I am my age. With it, yes, you see my age. But without it, and of course, it's really mostly just from here to like here. The rest is not, I don't have gray back here. Like, it's really just like the underneath the most. I can thank my mother for the genetics, okay? I hate them. They drive me nuts. They tickle me on the shoulder. Anybody ever have that happen? Tickle me on the shoulder with that little baby hairs in the back? Did to me yesterday, and I was like, oh my God, it's a spider. I was like, it's a spider. Oh, wait, it's not. I'm not. Nope, not a spider, just my hair. I've never done purple. I've done red. I've never gone fully blonde, but I've done an ombre blonde at the bottom, which I actually really love doing. It's more of like an orangey blonde than it is like a bleach blonde, but it looks really good at the bottom with an ombre. But again, you ladies know how expensive it is to get your freaking hair done at the hair salon. I haven't been to a hair salon in, I don't even want to know how long. I need a haircut desperately. My ends are fried, completely freaking fried. They're just fried. Like I need a haircut desperately. Desperately, and probably like a scalp treatment. I have psoriasis and I get it even on my scalp, and it's very itchy, and so I need like one of those professional scalp treatments. Although this stuff has definitely helped. Why it's so expensive, I don't know, but this stuff that one of you people got me, it's a scalp psoriasis sort of shampoo and conditioner. It does work. It's got tea tree oil and green tea, vitamin E, vitamin B5, vitamin C. And it definitely has helped. It definitely has. But it's freaking expensive for one bottle. I'm obviously gonna have to get another one at some point, and it's fucking expensive. Arctic Fox. I feel like I've heard of that one. I feel like I do. I feel like I've heard that. Yeah, see, I don't trust myself. I do not trust myself to attempt to cut it on my own. I would butcher it. Right? A hair wrangler. You want to know what my daughter needs? A hair wrangler. She doesn't have curly hair. She has semi-straight hair, right? But her hair is so fine that it tangles so freaking easy. Like, I kid you not when I say, like, you get her out the shower, you brush it out, and like within 5 minutes, like the back, like right here, is already starting to like get little tiny, tangles. And I'm like, how is this possible? None of my other kids' hair ever did that. My other girls, just my youngest for some reason. And I'm like, it's because her hair is so fine that it gets tangled so easy. To take a shower at night, and I braid her hair, or we put it in a bonnet. But her bonnet broke. The thing that ties broke, so I got to get her a new one. But that's like the only thing that helps, because it's sucked so fine. I've never had that problem. My hair's wasn't fine. I've lost a lot of hair. Used to be uber thick. Now it's a lot thinner. But I kid you not when I say, like, it is so fine that I have to like braid it or put it up in a bonnet at night. And even when I do that, still the like the little baby hairs in the back, kind of like mine, um, start to tangle even when she's sleeping. She also sleeps like a ninja. I kid you not. This kid, I fall asleep like this, chance of like this, like lady, lady, mayonnaise. Oh, I couldn't stomach that smell. I could not. I know that that's supposed to be good for your hair, but like the smell would drive me bonkers, bonkers. I mean, I had a kind of boring weekend, but I don't mind having a boring stay at home with my kids and husband weekend. My husband works part of the weekend, but yeah, that's the other thing. We don't have silk, but we have like the alternative to silk for on our pillow. Well, on the girls, my husband doesn't care for one, but me and the girls have those. I don't know if they're actually silk. They're probably not actually silk, but they're the ones that do less hair damage to your hair. We have those. I prefer the ones that zip up because otherwise your pillow keeps sliding out of the damn pillowcase. And I don't know what happened to the one that I had that zipped up. It zips closed, my pillowcase. I can't find it. I have no idea where it went. Maybe I lost it in the move. I don't know. But those are my favorite because the pillow doesn't fall out of the freaking pillowcase, man. It is a contract, but I'm not a fan. I hate it. I was just saying that I ran out of hair dye that you had got me a while back because I have to use 2 boxes every time I do my freaking hair. So I got to get more because like this is atrocious. This has got to go. And since the salon's not an option, like I got to do something with this. I gotta. All right. So you guys want to hear a funny story about Tom CPU? Anybody want to hear a funny story? Anybody want to hear a funny story? See, I'm telling you, I do it too. My hair's not as kinky as my daughter's, but the little baby hairs in the back drive me freaking bananas. My hair's very frizzy, as you can see. Like, it doesn't matter what I do to it. And the only thing that works is when I have it professionally blown out and I bring my wow spray and have them use the wow spray to blow it out. Like that. See, look, here's baby hair right here. Like, what is happening here? Like, what in the actual motherfucking why? Like, I don't need to use a bobby pin for, like, why? Just why is the question. Just why does this never grow is the other question. Like, why is it forever this size? I just need to know. Just need to know. I just need to know. Mine do too. It's not even just 2 washes. I kid you not, after about a week and a half, I can start seeing the grays come back through because my hair apparently grows fast. Fast, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know. Girl, these aren't just peeking. These are naked. These ran out and decided they were going to streak. Okay. Oh, yes, you want to stare? Okay, you need to laugh. I need to laugh too because telling the sad news was like heavy. It's heavy. I gotta lighten it up with some buffoonery. Okay. No, listen. Don't you worry. Okay. Listen, these arthritic fingers of mine, when I have to type on my phone, I make typos all the freaking time. And I hit send before I even look at it because I'm like, I'm not writing this over again. I don't care how many typos I made. My friggin' phone is old. It freezes. My fingers hurt. Like, and for some reason on this phone, the thing is like much smaller. Like the keyboard is much smaller. So yeah, she passed this morning, 7:21 a.m. right in her arms. Yeah, she's having a rough go of it right now. I talked to her this morning, obviously, about 8 minutes after it happened, which is why I had a little cry this morning. I mean, I can't. It hurts me when someone I care about hurts. Like that hurts. That just freaking hurts. But I have to think of it in the way that she said, which is like, she wouldn't have gotten that extra time with her if it wasn't for us. And that gives my heart, a little ease. See it, ladies? See it? Look, look, baby hairs. I freaking can't, dude, especially the humidity. Like, what do you do with these things? Like, you guys remember the butterfly clips? It is. I'm just not, most people know I'm not a crier. So, like, what it takes to actually make me cry, especially with a camera in my face, is that it's got to be pretty goddamn sad. It's got to be sad enough that it affects me in that way. And because I was, I think because my fight or flight is all fucked up, from dealing with my abuser for so long, that like I learned how to kind of stuff the crying, never show weakness. And so it's just like my mind kind of automatically does it without even realizing it. And so oftentimes, like, my brain will be like, nope, you're not crying right now. Save it for later when you're by yourself, you know? And so I won't, but it's got to really, really get me, So family, friends, something like that happening gets me. When people that I care about hurt, it hurts me. I feel like I'm one of those people that are just very empathic. I feel other people's like pain, grief, anger, sadness. It's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing and a curse. I can tell you that much. They totally do. They really totally do. I will tell you guys a funny story about Tom though. I got a doozy. Hold on, let me find the I need a laugh because heavy stuff is is a little much. We also I'm gonna spit out all the bad news at once, I guess. Me and my husband found out that his sister, who I told you guys has Downs, she's 43, but she has had early onset Alzheimer's or dementia for a bit now, and she had been sundowning a while back, and now she's starting to get confused, mixing things up and getting confused, and so they saw the doctor, and we were told on Sunday that the average lifespan, because she has Downs, it progresses faster, is about 4.6 years. So 4.5 years. And it's already been a bit. And so it could be sooner before. Basically, we were cautioned that things can start going downhill pretty quickly at this point. And it's my husband's older sister. You know what I mean? Like, she's 43, been in his life forever, and that's a tough pill to swallow. I'll tell you from experience that people with Downs just give so much love. They just give so much love. They have so much love to give. Like, every time I see her, she is hugs and kisses, and she's loving on her nieces and nephews, and she loves her family, and every holiday she makes a speech. Oh, probably makes almost everyone cry per usual. It's always a very long speech, but she does a speech, and we're always prepared for her speech. It's very cute, but I think the thought of that not having that is tough, especially with someone who has Down syndrome, because like they told us, everything can progress faster because of that. And she's only in her 40s, which is, my friend's aunt had Downs, and she didn't pass until she, I think, was at 67. Still early, in my opinion, but decent for someone who had Downs. So it was tough news. It's not like we didn't already know, but like just knowing that like it could quickly go bad, quickly, was another, it was just one of those things to add to my plate of stuff we have to deal with. including my sister's brain surgery in the first week of August. And, obviously my sister's fiance went back to work today. And so now she's home with all the babies by herself. So, I help out when I can, like I did today, so that it's not so overwhelming. And, you can only, then she's got to take more time off herself for the brain surgery first week of August. And so it's just, a lot of, I call it my normal really at this point. I've been dealing with like medical emergencies since my daughter was born 21 years ago, almost 22 years ago. So it's kind of like my normal, but at the same time, it's not normal, right? It's not normal for anyone to have to deal with like so much all the time. But for me, it is semi-normal. It is semi-normal. It's something I've been like almost used to, which is probably not healthy at this point, but I think I handle it decently well. My first thought's always like, okay, we can't change anything, right? Can't change anything past, what already happened, what already is. So the only thing you can do is move forward. Lift your chin up, dust your knees off, and move forward, right? Like no matter how difficult that may be or how hard it gets, you can't go back and you can't change anything. And my grandmother's little no use crying over spilt milk pops into my head. Like you spilt it already. You got to clean it up. And there's no use in crying over it because you can't change the fact that you spilt it, right? So I think about, things like that when tough shit happens, that it's like, you can't change it. All we can do is move forward in the best way that we know how. All right, bad news out of the way. Hate bad news. Bad news sucks. So now on to the shenanigans. I need to show you guys the fucking hilariousness of Chauncey B. He's lost his ever-loving mind. He is now crying, just like the turtle, that someone's trying to silence him. And I will tell you exactly what's going on, even though he was very vague. He made a whole fundraiser, all right? That's what I'm saying, right? To other people, that's your fur baby. That's my cat thinks that she is a guard dog, okay? She literally thinks she's a guard dog. She hears somebody coming up my stairs, and she's right at the door, sitting there like this, waiting for the person to come through the door. I'm like, are we a guard dog now, Dora? Yeah, that's what we're doing now. Okay, alrighty then. I birthed her. I love it. Thank you. And I'm sure like Ash will read all of these, later for sure. Hi, Marsha. Okay. Listen, I fucking hate Mondays. All right. I put that in the description of today's show because let's be realistic here. Mondays fucking suck. All right. Not a fan. I'm not a fan of Mondays. I already wasn't a fucking fan of Mondays. Okay. But now I'm even less a fan of Mondays. Hold on. I gotta get this. Gotta get the, where the hell is it? Latest. All right. All right. Where the is it? Hello. McFly. Oh God. Is it? Where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? Sorry, guys. I'm be with you 1 second. I can see like the screen moving, so I know you guys must be commenting. But I'm looking for this clip so I can show you guys the hilarious, epic meltdown of the Tom CPU, and tell you exactly what the hell he means because he's being very like general. He's not telling people what's going on, but I absolutely know what's going on. So I will fill you in 1 second. If I can find the damn fucking clip in the post. Where is it? God, where is it? Oh, she passed this morning, my dear, at about 7:21 a.m. I talked to Ashley just a few minutes after that, and she didn't make it through the night. They thought maybe it was just the medications, the prednisone sort of messing with her, so they got a new prescription last night. That was like right as I was leaving with you guys, they were changing the prescription. But this morning, well, through the night and this morning, it didn't go well. And because we're plants. Because we're plants. You are a Mexican orange blossom plant. Oh, I'll be home because I'm always home, girl. I don't get out much because I'm always stuck at home. Uber and Lyft are expensive, and I don't really, have the money to be going too many places. So if I'm not out with my sister in the morning after we drop off the kids, which doesn't usually happen like on the weekends, I am usually home. Unless I have a doctor's appointment or something, I'm always home. So I will be home, and amazing. My little will be super happy. Thank you, great Aunt Pam. Very sad. Very freaking sad. Makes my heart hurt. All right, so here's the thing with Tom CPU. I need a funny, okay? I have to do a funny with the bad news. Can't do two bad newses this morning without a funny attached to it. So here's the deal, right? Tom CPU put up some melodramatic freaking post yesterday. Let me see if I bookmarked it. I didn't even look to see if I bookmarked it. I thought I maybe possibly did, but not too sure. And he was screaming and yelling that people are trying to silence him. Blah, 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 blah. People are trying to silence him, and he set up a whole like GoFundMe or some sort of whatever for people to donate actively for him because someone is trying to take down his channel and shut him up. Yeah, except the problem with that is that's not happening. Nobody is trying to take down his channel. Nobody is trying to, quote, silence him. Like, what does he think he's Aiden? Like, what the fuck is happening? That's not a thing, okay? It's not, okay, let me see. Ooh. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Please help. Okay, ready? I feel like I need to read this in dramatic effect, okay? Okay, that's not the right. Hold the fuck up. I need to read this in dramatic voice here. In Tom language. Please help! She's trying to silence us! Why? I need your help to protect our community! Dear Tom CPU Seeking Justice viewers, for a long time I have dedicated myself to creating content that brings us together and builds this incredible community. Link to a Give, Send, Go. What does the Give, Send, Go say? Or what does it say, you guys? In this family, no one fights alone. Ooh, dramatic. Please help. Help us. Please help. She's trying to silence us. Why I need your help to protect our community. Today, I'm reaching out because that very foundation is under direct and serious threat. Dun, dun, dun. I will put my email in the chat for you. It's also in the description of the video, in case anybody was looking for it. I know, I feel like we need a dramatic voice. We need a dramatic voice for this, all right? So he again, he's very, very vague about what happened and why he needs so much help right now. His goal is $4,250. What a weird number. And he's made $80. Okay. Fucking lost his ever-loving mind. So he goes, I'm reaching out because that very foundation is under a direct and serious threat. A female attorney we all know and love, is currently taking legal action in an attempt to seize control of this channel and take it away from all of us. Who the fuck is us? Okay, sir, you run the channel. By the way, no one's trying to take his channel. That's just a full-faced lie. No one's trying to take his channel. That's ridiculous. This channel isn't just a project. It belongs to this entire community. Cool, so if it belongs to the community, were you sharing the revenue with the community, sir? I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend. If it belongs to the whole community and fight for something that's not even happening, do you share the revenue that you make with your community since it belongs to the community, right? The gaslighting is amazing with these people. Did you take tips from the sewer turtle, Tom? I'm wondering here. I'm just wondering, okay? And I refuse. He refuses to let our hard work and shared space be stripped away without a fight. Dun, dun, dun. This is an incredibly great situation. The stakes could not be higher. In all the time we built this together, I have never once come to you to ask for this kind of support. It's completely unprecedented and unusual for me to make this request, but the threat we face forces my hand. We cannot afford to stand by. I'm calling on every single one of you to stand with me right now to protect what is ours, but I will not share the revenue with you. Please share this message. Contribute to the legal fund. The lies not being redacted are detrimental to this channel, and she knows the damage these lies can and will do. Again, no idea what the fuck he's talking about there. That doesn't even make sense. We must once again act together before it's too late. Thank you for your unwavering support. Tom TV. Then he links the YouTube channel. Fucking cannot. So I literally. Now let me explain to you what's actually happening and how dramatic this is, because I can't.
I can't go back! I can't go back! I can't go back! These idiots will buy anything I sell.
Okay. Now let me tell you what actually happened, okay? Fun story, folks. So what actually happened was, like, last fall, Tom was fucking with the very not well Barry Lewis. And he was, gassing up Barry Lewis by making, like, smart ass remarks that Barry took seriously because he's not all there. And so Tom was saying things like, oh yes, I have been with Nan. I'm going to share all her messages. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was gassing up Barry as fucking with him. But of course, like, in Barry's mind, that must actually be true, of course. And along the way, Barry, like he does with everyone, starts sending Tom inbox messages and sharing things like, just like Aiden, corrupt and then changed text messages. So in it perfectly Aiden style, the text messages were altered in the same way that Aiden's done it a million times. He altered, because you can see the original, well, you can't, but I can see the originals and then see the ones that were altered, right? And what was changed. So nonetheless, way back then, Tom got a cease and desist from Nan, right? Please stop defaming me. Please stop saying things that are not true. Please do not disseminate things that are not true, including falsified screenshots, right? And so he got that cease and desist forever ago. A cease and desist, and I have the cease and desist, says right on it, like, this is your chance to just cease this opportunity, just cease this behavior, right? And that's that, right? Then there doesn't have to be legal action. There has been no letter sent to him that legal action is happening right now. Literally, Nan went to bed and woke up in the morning to messages from people going, Tom is over there crying that he's being sued. Like, he's not being sued. He doesn't need a legal defense fund. And even if he was being sued, what the fuck would his channel have anything to do with that? Like, somebody can't take your channel when you're being sued, right? Like, that doesn't even make any sense, buddy. Like, maybe the court would make you close it, but what? Like, why all of a sudden is he crying that I need legal defense money? I'm being sued. He's not being sued. And so this person, this anonymous giver, $25 that this anonymous person gave him, right? I'll show you right here. This is how, like, no one should try to steal someone's platform. First of all, someone tell me how you can steal a platform. That's not a thing. No one's trying to steal a platform. That never happened, right? So here's his thing that I just read that's so dramatic. This person, anonymous giver, good luck, Tom. Nobody should try to steal a platform that is well known and non-confrontational. No one's trying to steal a platform. No one's trying to silence Tom. He got a fucking cease and desist like months and months and months ago from Nan. And now all of a sudden he's saying he's being sued. He's not being sued. Now, again, I went and confirmed all of this. So I am telling you with 100% certainty, he got a cease and desist to tell him to basically stop defaming, right? And stop disseminating things that are altered and untrue. That's it. That's simple. That's it, right? Cease and desist will say on it, like, that they have the right to go after you with a lawsuit if you don't stop defaming them and you don't cease and desist these behaviors, right? But no, absolutely no. No. He's not being sued. Why all of a sudden is he waking up and saying he's being sued when he got the cease and desist months ago? I confirmed with Nan, there is no lawsuit. He hasn't been served with anything saying he's about to have a lawsuit, right? Other than the cease and desist you got months ago, that was it, right? You cease and desist these behaviors and there doesn't have to be a lawsuit. So I'm confused as to why you decided to wake up yesterday and start screaming about someone. She is trying to silence us. Of course, he doesn't name her, right? He just says she. He gives very vague and general information, of which none is true. She doesn't want his platform or channel. I don't know where he got that from. None of that is even in the cease and desist. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? Taking legal action in an attempt to seize control of this channel? Where in the fuck does it say anything like that? There is no legal action. Okay? There was a cease and desist. And he got that months ago. So why, once again, did you wake up yesterday and decide that you need to start screaming and yelling about a fucking lawsuit that hasn't happened? I'm totally confused right now. Like, what are you doing? Like, stop. The grift is real, my friend. Like, stop it. There is no fucking lawsuit. You got to cease and desist. You know, and that pisses me off. Pisses me off because I think the total of amount donated to Tom's channel from Nan was around $5,000 in super chats last year. $5,000. Can you imagine? I wish, right? If I make it out of here with like $100, $200, $300, even $100's great, I am like this close to, I had to pay my phone bill. I still have my storage unit, which fucking paid for. I get $110 lien fee, which I had to use money this morning. My daughter said, "Mommy, my shoes are tight. I think they're too small," she said to me this morning. So while I was out with my sister, I said, "Oh shit, I gotta get her new shoes." So I went and got new shoes for her. She was saying her feet are tight in them and we don't need that. So I got her shoes, right? Well, shoes are fucking not cheap. And that took out of what little bit I had from yesterday. So, these things, life happens. And so imagine being donated. And I remember Tom buying another car, right? He already had a car, but he needed to go out and buy another used vehicle, right? Some weird Camaro, I believe, or something like that, with all the money that he made from like the Karen Reed case. He made quite a bit, right? $5,000. Imagine like $5,000 in super chats alone he made off of Nan. Right? But here he is whining and bitching. This is an incredibly grave situation. Tom, would you like to explain to the class why it's an incredibly grave situation considering you've been served with absolutely no lawsuit and the cease and desist was months ago? Any chance you want to explain yourself, sir? Because I think people would really like to know why you're lying. Right? Like, weird, bro. Weird. Just like, I don't even know where he got that from. Like, trying to silence me and steal my channel. Like, none of that. I have the entire cease and desist. It doesn't say any of that in there. None of that. It says basically, hey, please stop doing these things that are defaming me, right? And like, stop. Just all you have to do is stop doing these things, and then done. Nothing further would happen, right? No lawsuit would be filed. You just stop doing these very, shitty things. For people who scream about First Amendment, they seem to take the turtle route where they just assume that Aiden's right and you can just say whatever you want with no consequences. And when the consequences come, then they start bitching and whining like the baby back bitches that they are. Ethel. So the she he refers to is Nan. And again, she's not suing him. She's not suing him. He got a cease and desist months ago. Trolling Drama Island. I like that one. Yeah, he's lost it too. I had to read this in dramatic effect because, he's blocked. He's been blocked for a while. This is an incredibly grave situation. Sir, again, would you like to explain yourself as to why you woke up yesterday and decided that all of a sudden it was a grave situation when you got a cease and desist months ago? That's not a lawsuit, dumbass. So until you're served with a lawsuit, what the fuck would you need $4,250 for, and of which $80 has been given to you? And this poor prick here, this poor anonymous giver who sent $25, assumes that nobody should try to steal a platform that is well known and non-confrontational. The lengths people are going now to try to harm each other is really out of hand. Okay, cool. Nobody's trying to steal his platform. I don't know where he came up with that. He pulled that one right out of his asshole. Right? Maybe his car payments due. I don't fucking know. Maybe he should use some of that fucking $5,000 in super chats he got last year. Just saying. Like, these people are so ungrateful. Like, I wish, I fucking wish. Then this person says, Tom and I disagree on a few key players, but we put aside that long ago. We have shared trust and we don't usually focus on the foolishness. It's adulting, and Tom and I are the same age. Okay, cool. Linda Peterson. Sorry, Linda Peterson. Thanks for all you have done for us. I always look forward to seeing you before court. I'm sorry that you wasted your $25, Linda Peterson. Carrie Brack, I'm assuming. Let's take the clowns down. Cool. Carrie Brack, you wasted your $20. Catherine for $10. Best Witches, you also wasted your $10. Tom's not being fucking sued. Yeah, he's claiming that Nan's suing him, except he got the cease and desist like months and months ago. There's no lawsuit, nor has he been served with one. So why did he wake up yesterday and decide he was going to start fucking whining and bitching about some lawsuit that doesn't exist? Right? It doesn't exist. It didn't happen. He got a cease and desist fucking months ago, dude. What a clown show. Now I need you to protect our community. I'm reaching out because our very foundation is under a direct and serious threat. Where's the threat, sir? There's no lawsuit. You were served with a cease and desist months ago. Here's an idea. Cease and desist defaming someone and even talking about them just in case you might be defaming them. And then you won't have a problem. There would be no lawsuit, right? No one fights alone. Yeah, I'm fucking dead. I'm dead. I can't. I'm dead. This channel isn't just a project. It belongs to the entire community. Cool. Are you sharing those proceeds with the entire community? I'm pretty sure you're not, sir. So shut the fuck up. Come on. Stop it. I refuse to let our hard work, who the fuck is our, and shared space be stripped away without a fight. Who the fuck is trying to steal your space, sir? No one wants your fucking weird ass channel. The hell? Also, I would love to know how someone could, quote, steal a channel. That's not how it works, sir. Even if someone got a lawsuit and won a lawsuit against you, the court might tell you to shut your channel down. They don't just hand your channel over to someone else. What fucking world do you live in, Delulu, sir? Okay? This is an incredibly grave situation. No, it's not. There's no grave situation. There's no grave situation. No. Yes. Yep. He's clearly not okay, right? Right, there's no space. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? I've never come to ask you for this kind of support. Well, sir, you didn't have to ask for that support. You got $5,000 just from Nan in super chats last year. Just from her, right? You never had to ask for support because people were just throwing it to you, one after another. It was totally fine, totally acceptable. It's amazing the things people will throw their fucking money at. These poor people that donated to his non-existent, grave concern, fucking hilarious. His non-existent lawsuit, they all wasted their money. There's not a lawsuit. He's not being sued. Also, again, why the fuck did you decide to wake up yesterday morning, sir, and start screaming and yelling about a lawsuit that didn't happen and hasn't happened, and you were served with a cease and desist months ago? What the actual fuck are you talking about? Or are you just as delusional as Barry, and Barry somehow convinced you that the FBI is going to come flying through your window on roofs? Like, is that what we're doing right now? Like, that's the other thing. Nan talked to him the day after the letter was sent. She talked to Tom and explained to him, like, what it is, what it means. And could you just stop doing these things that are defaming me? And cool, we'll be square, right? And then he woke up yesterday and decided he was going to scream about a non-existent lawsuit. Well, when you gaslight other non-well human beings and say things that aren't true just to like pick at them, Barry Lewis doesn't know what a joke is. He thinks everything's dead serious, and he thinks that, you know, he has control over the FBI. Thank you, Xfinity. I'm well aware that my payment is overdue. Like, they sent me fucking, like, thank you. I know. It's just them telling me, like, oh, my payment for my internet is overdue. Like, thank you. I appreciate that. Your fucking whole text message for that, you buffoons. Yeah, the FBI is still coming. You know, no, he doesn't own any assets other than the, what was a Camaro that he bought? I think it was Camaro. I believe it was a Camaro. Like, I don't know. What the fuck? Like, I can't. I fucking can't. It's weird. I can always count on you for a laugh when I need it. Trump's suing me. I fucking can't. I'll post my GoFundMe because Trump is suing me. I love you. Just know that you have no idea how much I needed that laugh. Dude, do you know how many times he was fake assaulted? And then he kicked JLR and then claimed he didn't. Like, dude, it's on video. We literally watched you do it. You kicked him. You kicked him multiple times. You assaulted him. Anytime anybody bumps into him in the courthouse while he's sticking his camera in people's faces and walking right behind them or right next to them or on their shoe heels, you know, someone turns around and accidentally bumps into him and he's falling over like, assault! I've been assaulted! Pepper me while we're at it because I've been assaulted. Like, sir, stop it. Nobody can take you serious. You've claimed several fake assaults. Please help. See, help. It's imminent. It's imminent. It's imminent. We're under direct serious threat. It's a serious threat. He's trying to take it all away. It's an incredibly grave situation here. I fucking can't. Where does the clown show end? Where? I don't understand. I have no idea, right? Like, hashtag free Nan. Fucking can't. I can't. It's so fucking wild, dude, right? So fucking wild. Okay, I'm looking at the email. Hold on. Gotta get the email. Back. Come on, email. No, that's the wrong email. The business email, please. Oh, so wait till we get to what Ethel did this morning. It's amazing. Oh my God, stop it. Stop it, you guys. Hey, Tom, maybe you can go to the Freedom Ride and ask Adam, superfan blogger Kearney, if he would donate his time and money and work for free for you, like I did for my friend on Friday. Maybe he can do that for you. He's like, you know, he's that guy, right? Like, the superfan blogger should be able to work for free for a day. Maybe at this Freedom Ride for Turtle Boy to support the Legal Defense Fund August 15th in Marlborough, Massachusetts. Okay? I can't. I fucking can't. He's actually trying to have like a motorcycle run. Like, listen, not for nothing, but like I love the motorcycle community. I ride myself. My helmet, where is it? You guys have seen it. It's somewhere. I think it's in my closet. But my helmet and my gloves match the pink helmet with my pink riding gloves. And You can't make this fucking shit up, all right? You just simply can't make this goddamn shit up. The fucking sewer turtle, actually in real life, has put this out, okay? You can't make this up. Freedom Ride for Turtle Boy to support the Legal Defense Fund, August 15th in Marlborough, Mass. Like, bro, what the fuck? Apologies all around. That's the second time you've got an apology for no reason. I love it. I do too. Good thing I didn't have anything in my mouth. Thank you, Any Dasher. This is wild. Freedom Ride for stand up, speak out, ride free. They can't silence us all. I mean, did he get this from Tom this morning? I'm just wondering. I don't know why the motorcycle community would ever embrace him, ever. Just saying. I can't imagine there's going to be a ton of people that show up. 25 rider, 15 passenger, 10 to walk in. What does that even mean? So it just says free. Free to ride, and then it says 25 for a rider, 15 for a passenger, 10 to walk in. So is it free or not free? You might want to fix your AI there, buddy. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. So fucking wild. So wild. I can't. You can't make this shit up. You know what? Tom, you should, reach out to your guy. Your guy, superfan blogger. Ask that guy. All right. Ask that guy if he'll be willing to work for free, for you for a day to help you with your non-existent legal funds. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You literally can't make this shit up. Not going to say that I'm not jealous, Space Coast. I'm extremely jealous that you get to go back to Florida. To be honest, I'm probably jealous of all of you that I am like constantly stuck in this house. I'm telling you, I'm one of these days. One of these days. Is he bringing his 10-speed? Aiden doesn't even know how to ride a motorcycle. That's fucking hilarious. Do we bring his little Tonka toy? We bring his Tonka toy for Aiden. Dude, my dad was, never mind, a 1%er. Let's just put it that way. I can't. He can't ride a motorcycle. So is Aiden gonna ride in the sidecar with a booster seat? Aiden, you can ride in the sidecar with a booster seat. I'll bring your emergency underwear. You can put it in the sidecar with you. Somebody get the clown car out for Aiden on his motorcycle run. He can't ride a motorcycle. He needs to be in the clown car. All right. This is so serious. I cannot. We can't make this shit up, Rose. I can't fucking make it up. I kid you not. I fucking can't. What the actual fuck is happening? Right? I can't. I'm just hearing of this too, as well. Cringe level. He's gonna ride bitch on someone's hog. Imagine. He can borrow my pink helmet. Look great on you, Aiden. Look great. You can't ride a motorcycle, no. Oh my God, I remember learning how to ride a motorcycle. My ex taught me. I was probably 19 at the time. He actually bought me a pink bike, I loved that bike. Got all the plastics redone, pink and black. Fucking amazing. But I remember learning how to ride a motorcycle. Me and my husband, when he had his bike, used to ride all the time. We had a friend that would let us borrow his, and we'd go. Right? Imagine. Also, never smoked Marlboro, so that's just funny. Oh, no one's signing up for golf, so we decided a motorcycle run was a better idea. I can't. Does it say turtle butt? I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. That's fucking hilarious. This is what I'm saying, right? Like my dad, I can't see any of those guys supporting that kind of nonsense. So who put it in his head that this is a good idea? He can't even ride a motorcycle. Maybe we can make him one out of Legos. Motorcycle out of Legos. That's what I'm saying. Can you get in the sidecar? Like with a booster seat? Like what's happening? Bunny's gone rogue? Interesting. Not yet. I just came in right before. Well, they might be out there now, but as of like an hour ago, hour-ish ago, they weren't an hour and 7 minutes ago when I got home from being with my sister and helping her with the kids. They weren't out there yet. So unless they arrived in the last hour and 7, they are not there yet, darling. I mean, the bunnies came in crying and whining. Interesting. I wouldn't trust him on a fucking tricycle. Maybe riding a tricycle. Oh no. I hope you feel better, Ruthie. Definitely watch the cop. Definitely watch the cops. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, right? I'm going to also look into it because it seems kind of far-fetched to me as well. Like, unless he just has like a few, followers, cultists that are like, dude, let's do a motorcycle run. We'll ride our motorcycle. They all show up on dirt bikes instead. Mopeds. They show up on their little freaking mopeds. Yes, master. Yes, master. I can't. I'm fucking dead. I can't. Maybe you can ride on Baker's bike and squeeze his new toys. But don't tell us what that titty do. We don't want to know what the titty does. Do not tell us. Do not tell us. We don't want to know. It sounds like a very, no one fights alone. Dun, dun, dun. Will's too afraid to come to Massachusetts because he knows Massachusetts hates him. We do not want you, okay? We do not want you here, sir. All right? But to be fair, that totally could be a thing. I honestly think he needs a little booster seat there. Ride him in the sidecar on their Timu bikes. Will got so triggered. I was commenting in the Young Turks and said Gaffney will be unblocking Mike. He got real mad. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I mean, they must be super mad that I talked to Mike and Brian, right? Like, because, when you're adults, right, you do this thing when you don't listen to a cult anymore and you start adulting and you're like, hey, why am I hating on people I don't even know? Like, why am I doing that? I mean, okay, they don't agree with me on this one thing, but like, could we have other things in common? Oh, wait, we do have other things in common. Hey, I actually enjoy this person, right? Like, wait a second, what was I thinking? Like, that's called adulting. You don't need to control who likes who and why. And I think Aiden had a full crash out over it. He also had a full crash out over the fact that Karen Reed hates him. And that has been pointed out to him multiple times. Yeah, the us things. He needs a little bulk like Grogu. Grogu sewer turtle. I fucking can't. I can't. Can we make a Grogu sewer turtle? Can we do that? Is that a thing? I think we need to do that. Make me a sewer turtle in a Grogu pod. A picture. I can't. I'm doing it. It's happening. Grogu pods. Same, right? Like it's amazing to me what they don't realize, That's my pod. I am Grogu. You should definitely ride with the glare. Ask the baker to jump on the back. Burn it down. Burn it down. Do it. I fucking can't. I literally can't. You can't make it up. I can't. Oh, I need those laughs. I fucking needed them. You have no idea. You have no idea. I've had a fucking doozy of the last 2 days, dude. Oh my God. It's a sewer turtle in a Grogu pod. It's sewer life. Okay, wait. I got it. Hold on. Oh, wait. I can't. I fucking cannot. All right, ready. It says hashtag sewer life. All right, come on. You can do it. Get on the screen. What's happening? Damn it. Why isn't it working? An electric bicycle. He would too. This is a motorcycle, guys, right? Wait a second while I write in my diary of a wimpy sewer turtle. I gotta write an entry. What is happening? Why is it not popping up on my screen? This is bullshit, Mary Lou. Well, maybe if we could make ourselves smaller. No. Aha! Sewer life, it says in the background. It's a legit in a fucking sewer. I cannot. Look at it. It says sewer life up here. You can't see the whole thing, but it's in a sewer. Oh my God. It says sewer certified on the bottom. It does. It says sewer certified on the bottom. I fucking can't. Oh, I found Filter Little, by the way, in case any of you guys were looking for her. I found her. There she is. Filter Little, we did not invite you, ma'am. All right, you're going to need to go. We did not invite you to this powwow. It's not nice of you to show up here. All right? Looking all creepy and shit with your exaggerated facial expressions. You hold them for a good minute or so. It's a little weird. I'm gonna need you to just, take several seats, Filter Little. You're gonna have to skedaddle to duty right on out of here. All right? Just saying. Just saying. Sorry, Mel. You gotta go. Sorry. I apologize. Hi, Cheryl Grammy. How are you? I'm sorry. I can't. I fucking cannot today. Sometimes you just need to laugh, folks. And today was one of those days for me. I just needed a couple laughs. You guys remember when Aiden was like, this means war? You guys remember that whole this means war thing? Where he's all deadly serious. Every time he says something like that, it reminds me of Bugs Bunny. This means war. War. That's what it reminds me of. This means war. I fucking can't. Oh, okay. Put yourself together, at least, Jesus Christ. All right, get your shit together. All right, we gotta go. God damn it, Maestro. Every time we're over here laughing up a storm, you just pop in right after. Doesn't matter if we Beetlejuice you, you can say your name 3 times or you don't appear. All right. Next time I'm sending out smoke signals. Okay. You missed the Tom CPU crash out. Although I will tell you that when I get to the, Ethel crash out, it's kind of funny, but also you guys have to see these comments in his whole please help. It's very serious. His please help. She's trying to silence us. It might be. It's another rolling rally in the sewer. Rolling rally in the sewer. You have to see these comments. These are pretty fucking funny. This is his thing that people are putting comments on. So Kiki's like, no. Just no. Captain Steve, you and the ignorant fuck Mike have been engaging in heinous behavior for a while. I hope they get your phone and the extraction is released. I'm thinking that will be some very interesting reading. Tom, you fucked around. Now you're finding out. Stop begging and pay out of that pension. The fuck? I love the fuck around and find out whiteboard. I mean, that shit will never not be fucking funny. The more you fuck around, the more you gonna find out. Amber's like, nope. Just nope. Just absolutely not. Sorry. Falsely accusing people of assault is not bringing community together, dumbass. Sounds like your chickens came home to roost. That's the funniest chicken I've ever seen in my life. That's my kind of chicken. Look at the chicken. I fucking can't. Okay. 13,000 people have seen this post. 4 people have donated a total of $80. This tells me everything I need to know about the FKR TV movement. Might not agree with Tom, but this dude showed up every day to support Karen Reed and AK, and he asks for a little help, and he gets crickets. Let me respond. Because there is, let me put it in, no actual lawsuit. Dude was served with a cease and desist. Idiot. Months ago. He woke up yesterday claiming a lawsuit that simply isn't happening. Like, what the fuck? Who does that? Well, I mean, fake assaults too, but people are clearly smarter than realizing there is no fucking actual lawsuit. Also, people don't donate to, she's out to get me. She is mean. Meanie pants. This person, please be more specific as to who is trying to take control of your channel and what you have been accused of. Viva las henchas. At least he made $80. Yeah, after they take fees, it won't be $80. What the fuck are you on about? Did you ever sell that bin of used sex toys? Maybe you should do that and raise the money. That's the article Aiden wrote about him. What's about the bin of used sex toys? I fucking can't. I literally can't. Lorelai sends $5.55 and says, love the laughs. Me too, Lorelai. Me too. Thank you for donating to the channel. I appreciate you, my friend. I hope there's tinfoil hats. Can we get those for free? Or do we have to pay for those too? Just wondering. Can we get those on Aiden's conspiracy ride? Is that possible? Someone says, fuck you. Someone says, LMAO. Someone says, need more context. Someone said, show the letter. You probably don't even need an attorney, just a scare tactic. Like, no, there is no letter. It's a cease and desist. There's no lawsuit. It's not a fucking thing. Like, dude's lost his ever loving mind. What the fuck? No. Did he get a C and D from Matai or related to something else? No. He woke up yesterday screaming lawsuit. No such lawsuit exists. And nobody wants his channel, bro. Sorry. Nobody wants cultists. Nobody. And I mean nobody wants that shit. Literally no one. Oh, God. But you know what? Maybe he thought it was a worldwide restraining order. An international restraining order. Maybe he got his information from, again, the sewer turtle and a brokeback baker, and they were like, you should get a international restraining order. I can't. I would never be able to be a stand-up comedian. I cannot write jokes. I cannot do it. Whatever comes out of my mouth just comes out. Someone once said that same thing to me, and I'm like, no. First of all, I'm not that funny. Secondly, I cannot just write down a joke and it's got to just pop into my head and then boop, and out my mouth it comes. Like, I could never do stand-up comedy. You know, there'd probably be a lot of dead air depending on what I'm talking about. I am off my rocker. I can't. I mean, I can be funny once in a while, but I'm not that funny. I could never do stand-up comedy. I know many people have attempted to tell me that, and I'm like, listen, whatever comes flying out, comes flying. Oh, God, why is this on my screen? God damn it, Brian. God damn it, Brian. Unsolicited gifts of the baker doing the fake. I fucking can't. I literally cannot. Okay. So do we want to know what Ethel did for her content this morning? I know you guys want to know. You guys really want to know, right? What Ethel did this morning for her content? Oh my God. You could do stand up though. I feel like you could. Me and you together are like just two little children. Like we would just be laughing so hard and probably pee ourselves before we got the joke out to the public. But fucking finger by trying to erase that. I'm sorry, I gave you visuals. A hearing? Oh God, let me check my notes. This is why I need a fucking whiteboard. God damn it. I did put one on my wish list, but to be fair, I really need to like lock in. Eventually, when I do get extra money, like the first things I'm getting are the thing for my kitchen, the baker's rack, with lack of a better word, because that's what it's called, for my kitchen, so I can get some of my counter space back, and that freaking mini fridge for my office, so that I don't have to keep leaving the office. All right, July. Oh, there's something else. June. June 2nd? June 6th. Are you referring to the Proctor thing? Because there's another one at 4:50. Well, she said she would have either a hearing or decision, I think, at 4:15 p.m., the judge said. So that's different. I'm sorry. Listen, TWB, I saw you in Mike's chat sort of trolling a bit over there. Everyone is very well aware of my stance on the Karen Reed case, right? Everyone is well aware that my mind has not changed. My stance is the same. It will never change. It's not going to change. That's everyone knows that. Everyone who watches me knows that. Everybody who donates to the channel knows that. We can do this thing called being adults, and we can coexist even if we don't agree. Yeah, there's another hearing at 4:15. I will tell you what I think about that without being able to give you all of the information that I have personally, because there's just some things I can't say. But what I can say is that I think it will be put off. I think the deposition will be put off. Right now, it's been put off for 24 hours, but I do believe it will continue to be put off based on the private information that I have. That's my opinion. Obviously, you never know what a judge is going to do, but that's just my. So yeah, so there's, that's, and if you were in one, they can't force you out of one for a deposition, right? That's not the way it works. So yeah, that it would have to wait, until someone got the proper treatment that they needed. Yeah, I apologize. Yeah, so that was this morning. So so the judge was not nonetheless happy with either lawyer this morning. Wasn't happy with Proctor's lawyer, wasn't happy with Karen's lawyer. Judge was not happy with either lawyer this morning, and kind of gave a little dressing down of rules of professional conduct in a way, and that was not great. So let's see, one of the unaired, so part of the defamation case, the witnesses amended their complaint, of course, and there are unaired pieces of the ID documentary. You guys remember the ID documentary? We played portions of it the other day that Karen did in between trial 1 and 2. Well, during trial 1, but before trial 2 happened, right? So there are unaired portions of that we haven't seen, obviously, things they clip out, things that they don't use, so on and so forth, right? Yeah, if it gets delayed, it gets delayed. None of the answers are going to change. You know what I mean? Like, getting delayed changes nothing. It doesn't change the answers to anything. You know what I mean? Yeah, she canceled like over a dozen already the night before they were going to take place. So, like, listen, as Beach said, if people assume that he is in a mental health facility, then guess what? They don't drag you out of a mental health facility to do a deposition. That waits until you get out of said mental health facility, right? That's not how it works. listen, I told, like, I literally was actually thinking about exactly this, Maestro, of making a fucking color coded chart. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm dead serious. Civil cases, who's judges, what the dates are, so on and so forth. Yeah, civil cases take years. They can take over a decade, dude. I mean, mine, the one that I did, he's not in rehab. He doesn't have anything to rehab. He's not in rehab. I think the judge said about Karen Reed going on TV was a strategy, then drop more information. So yeah, so I'll read what the judge said in a second. Listen, I don't blame you. There's so many different things going on that it's kind of like, right? Oh yeah, you missed it. Leah's gonna put her GoFundMe up now because Trump's suing her, and it's imminent. It's very serious. Okay, it's imminent. It's a threat. It's grave. It's very serious. According to Tom CPU, it's very serious. It's grave. It's grave. So this is a part of them amending the complaint, the defamation suit, and it says on or about April 30th, 2024, Reed gave a series of personal interviews to Miss Mirror in connection with the documentary that Mirror was filming. During that interview, Reed falsely stated Jen McCabe got herself into a bad mess that night and she helped clean it up. I don't think Jen laid a finger on John, but Jen knew John was dying and she helped expedite it, so she's first-degree murderer and she knows she is. But it was probably accidental when he became severely injured, and they, referencing to the other plaintiffs, just finished him off. So, yeah, no, we're kidding, obviously. We were just kidding. Of course we're kidding. No, he specifically is not a plaintiff in the defamation suit. No, he is not. Nope. I posted on X about Elon and Trump a few times and it fully nuked my account. See, that's what happens, right? Jokes are funny until they fucking, send you I think they're doing like what people don't realize is if I'm not seeing your comments or I'm not popping them up on the screen, more than likely, and no one else is seeing them, that means like you're shadow banned for some reason. Like, and BM had to deal with making a whole new account on YouTube because he was shadow banned, right? So this is the rules of professional conduct, but from what the judge said, where is it? Here it is. O'Keefe and CNC Hospitality, ETAL, motion for a protective order from non-party Michael Proctor. For this case to proceed efficiently and for our system of justice to work, certain basic things have to happen. A subpoena needs to mean something. A lawyer's agreement needs to have meaning. Lawyers need to communicate with their clients. Clients need to keep their attorneys informed. When given an opportunity to provide support for a party's request, that party needs to avail themselves of the opportunity. Based on the record before me, there is insufficient information to support a delay in the deposition going forward. However, given the claims made in the filings over the weekend, I will delay making a final decision on the motion until 4 p.m. today to give Mr. Proctor's counsel the opportunity to supplement the record before me. The subpoena requiring Mr. Proctor to appear for a deposition today is stayed for 24 hours. Further hearing will be held today at 4:15 p.m. via Zoom, right? I followed up with attorney Seligson? How the fuck is it? So that's a weird last name. We're just going to call him Attorney S because that's weird. With his reference to strategically preparing for the deposition, because I read in the media of an appearance on the Today Show Friday morning, where Miss Reed said filing her new civil lawsuit was always part of the plan she had. Beside her were attorneys Alan Jackson and Charles Waters, who cast the cause as a bid to expose institutional corruption in Massachusetts law enforcement and to hold someone accountable for the death of her boyfriend, Officer John O'Keefe. Although there's no duty for Ms. Reed's counsel to have informed Mr. Proctor's counsel of the intent to file the most recently filed Bristol County action, I think it's unreasonable to have not done so with a scheduled deposition pending, and then to have filed such action 4 days before the scheduled deposition. The actions by counsel, Mr. Proctor's counsel seeking to continue the deposition at the last moment, and Ms. Reed's counsel filing its new action 4 days before a scheduled deposition with an obviously planned appearance on national television, brought to mind comment 4 to Rule 3.5 of the Massachusetts Rules of Professional Conduct, wherein it is stated an advocate can present the cause, protect the record for subsequent review, and preserve professional integrity by patient firmness, no less effectively than by theatrics. As St. Mary University School of Law Assistant Professor David Bernardo noted years ago at a conference on professional responsibility, civility in the legal profession is generally defined as treating others, opposing counsel, the court, clients, and others with courtesy, dignity, and kindness. So that is what the judge said. So the judge was none too happy with Reed's counsel and none too happy also with Proctor's counsel. The rules of professional conduct they cite are a lawyer who is participating or has participated in the investigation or litigation of a matter shall not make an extrajudicial statement that the lawyer knows or reasonably should know will be disseminated by means of public communication and will have a substantial likelihood of material prejudicing an adjudicative proceeding in the matter. And then 5, which is there are, on the other hand, certain subjects that are more likely than not to have a material prejudicial effect on a proceeding, particularly when they refer to a civil matter triable to a jury, a criminal matter, or any other proceeding that could result in incarceration. These subjects relate to the character, credibility, reputation, or criminal record of a party, suspect in a criminal investigation or witness, or the identity of a witness, or the expected testimony of a party or witness. So, the judge was basically not too fucking happy. All right? No. The judge was like, yeah, you both are being fucking idiots right now. And a lot of this seems like it's theatrics. She basically called Reed's interview planned theatrics, and Proctor's want to delay the deposition, at the last minute. Not cool. Like, okay. So it is what it is. Oh boy. Yeah, no worries. I remember that though in the civil case. I remember that. Well, there's no need for that, right? No need for that. No need for the theatrics. It's not necessary, right? Like, let the case be tried in the court. Aw, the baby. Okay, so hold on. Okay, the rest of this is part of the thing that they filed. Hold on. Okay, so 91, 92, 93, and then it goes on. So this is part of what they amended, the witnesses amended in their hearing. So during the first criminal trial in 2024, Reed had documentary filmmaker Terry Dunn Muir record her preparation for trial, including interviews with Reed, her attorneys, her family, and recordings of conversations between and among Reed and her counsel. During these interviews, Reed personally and her counsel on her behalf defamed the plaintiffs. On April 12, 2024, Jackson verified to Muir and her production assistants the statements Reed gave to police when she was arrested in June 2022 that Brian Albert, Colin Albert beat up John. My taillight was cracked when John was pulverized. Reed was present during Jackson's recorded statement and did not deny that she said those things. Then it's the one I just read you, right? The 93 was the one I just read you. 94, during that same interview, Reed falsely stated, referring to, among others, the plaintiffs, they're being federally investigated and they know it. They know they killed John. During that same interview, Reed was asked what she thought of Kearney's tactics that had resulted in criminal charges against him for witness intimidation. Reed responded in part by referring to the plaintiffs and falsely stating, it's impossible for me to have any sympathy for these witnesses. They're murderers and they know it. On June 15, 2024, Reed gave a recorded statement to Muir and her team that Brian Higgins, Brian Albert, and Colin Albert had a motive to kill John O'Keefe, but she was not sure of the circumstances in which they did kill him. She said, what I think may have happened, if the Higgins motive is the motive for what happened to John, or if it's combined Higgins and Colin Albert, who I think is the biggest hothead of the whole group. I think Higgins could have shared with Brian Albert what happened between Higgins and me, and Brian Albert used that as another reason not to like John O'Keefe. So Brian Albert has his friend Brian Higgins and his beloved nephew Colin coming to him saying John O'Keefe's a pain in my ass. There's enough motive to go around. I know that Brian Albert did not care for John on his own. I know that Colin had issues that I witnessed with John. So it could have been as simple as everyone was drunk and John got mouthy with Colin and, caught an uppercut and it just escalated from there. Well, as we know, Colin wasn't there. So that definitely didn't happen because Colin wasn't even fucking there. Right. So that theory's out the window. On June 22nd, 2024, and this was before a second trial, before they had to obviously concede that there was evidence to prove Colin was not there. On June 22nd, 2024, Reed stated in an interview with Mirror that I know Higgins had a role in helping kill him, helping him get him in the snow and help frame me, but I don't think Higgins necessarily would have wanted to really hurt John. I think Brian Albert and Colin Albert would have enjoyed roughing John up. Further during the interview, Mirror asked Reed, you make such strong statements about, I think Colin Albert killed him. I don't know how without getting sued, because I don't even know if I hope we're gonna be able to use some of that because it's public record what you said, Reed responded. If Colin can prove that I'm lying and this is defamatory, he can sue me. Well, again, this was during trial 1. And of course, the evidence of him not being there was out there. And of course, now he is suing her. So Reed has made these false statements about Jennifer McCabe, Colin Albert, Brian Albert, and Brian Higgins' involvement with the death of John O'Keefe, even though she knew that she was responsible for O'Keefe's death when she struck O'Keefe with her car while backing up at a high rate of speed just after 12:30 a.m. on January 29, 2022, a fact she admitted several times on January 9, 2022. Reed also knew that Jennifer McCabe, Colin Albert, Brian Albert, and Brian Higgins had nothing to do with John O'Keefe's death. Knowing that her statements were likely to be disseminated to a mass audience, Reed defamed the plaintiffs in this manner in order to discredit them and deflect responsibility from herself.
Did I hit him? I know I said I hit him, but did I really say it as many times as law enforcement's claiming I said it? Did I hit him? I know I said I hit him, but did I really say it as many times as law enforcement?
So that was the clip of when she said, I know that I said that I hit him, but did I say it as many times as law enforcement is saying that I said it, right? And I'm sure that's something that they would be using in the case, right? Yeah, this is one of those messages that we've seen a long time ago. Where the hell? Oh my God! A magnitude 7.8 earthquake in the Philippines today. CCTV footage of a grandmother trying to protect her grandchild during the earthquake. This happened 4 to 6 hours ago. Holy shit. That is horrible. Thankfully, nothing collapsed around them. Thank God. But I am sure that felt like it was gonna. 7.8 earthquake. That poor lady. The screaming is got me. Like, okay, all right, okay, it's okay. It's okay, it's shaking a little. Poor lady. She's obviously screaming for someone else. Just kind of. Oh, it's awful. That is awful. I've never felt a tidal wave. It could. I mean, that when those big ass earthquakes happen, they can create, tsunamis, as we know. Oof, damn. Like that is horrible. That's scary right there. That is fucking scary. Imagine. No, thank you. That is terrible. She just grabs her grandbaby and she kind of gets thrown back into the wall at that point. That whole house shakes. I would be like, that would scare the shit out of me. That would scare the shit out of me. Oh, this is sad. Murder, suicide. That's horrible. This is the kind of shit that you never want to see. I don't know what, probably because I do true crime, but like a lot of this stuff pops up on my timeline and it's really sad to see it. Some very prominent realtor and an ex-husband 2 daughters found dead. Police have determined cause of death for 4 family members found in a home in an affluent Miami suburb. According to the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office, Melanie Heyer, 46, Ryan Witten, 42, and their daughters Savannah and Sienna, 8 and 11, were each found with fatal stab wounds in Doral. I've been to Doral. That's right next to Lake Miami. That's where I stayed when I was in Miami. At 7:32 p.m. on Tuesday, an investigation is ongoing, but detectives believe the incident was a murder-suicide perpetrated by Whitman, which is the ex-husband. Heyer was a prominent realtor in the area, and Whitman was a real estate project manager. According to social media, NBC Miami reported that the former couple co-parented their 2 children and were in subsequent marriages that had since ended. That is sad. Just so sad. See you later, Beach. It's just, no. Oh, the bear! They tranked the bear, and he fell from the tree. Poor baby. They had to trank him. Look at the bear! Boy. Yeah, get up for it, you, bro.
Back up, leave him alone.
Regardless of being tranked, like, you know, they fight the trank, and if they get back up, you're gonna eat your face. That poor baby. This is the order I just read. Christina Rex put it out. The order from Judge Gilda this morning, ahead of the 4:15 p.m. hearing on Proctor's deposition. Judge pointed all the attorneys to the ethics code. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay. So, you guys want to see what, is today National Best Friends Day? That actually makes me sad. I'm not going to lie. My best friend has passed a while ago. I miss her every single day. So, you guys want to hear what Ethel did? You guys want to hear what Ethel did this morning? Oh, good. I'm glad you checked in on them. That's amazing. Space Coast. Same thing I would do, because you want to make sure everyone's all right, you know? All right. You guys want to see what Ethel did this morning for her content? You guys are going to love this. All right. This is what Ethel decided she was going to do this morning, you know? Since she made such a stink about everything else. This morning, she decided, you know what I'm going to do for content? I'm going to play old Bunny After Dark from like 2021. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play one of my very old shows, and I'm going to live stream one of my very old shows as a I mean, who the fuck does this? Like, I'm sorry, but I would never be caught dead doing one of my old, like, just replaying an old show unless I need to go over something that's in it that I've said. Thank you, Aunt Pam, for sent 100 for 2 jewels. Thank you for the 100. The little, I hate saying it that way because it sounds like 100, but it's 2 jewels makes a little 100, you know, thing. It says 100. Thank you for 2 jewels. I love the little 100 thing that pops up. 100%. That's what it really means. Like, that's 100. Thank you, Great Aunt Pam. I appreciate you. So I'm gonna show you guys. Like, this is what she decided was gonna be her freaking content. All right. She wasn't gonna actually do a live stream or figure out any other content at all after the, you know, crash out of yesterday. Instead, let's play a Bunny After Dark episode, especially one of the ones that she got so angry was clipped in her own words. Okay? She's very upset. So she decided she was going to play a old Bunny After Dark edition on today's show. Okay? I kid you not. This is her old. And I remember how she loves to say, like, she's new. Like, not new. She used to do this fucking show a while back. Like,
away from the politics and talk about things that I like. I think that are more intriguing, and then have some really great guests and some great conversations. So it's going to take a little bit of work to try to get this exactly the way that we want it to be. But we have an amazing team here at the studio. And before we even start, I just want to thank everybody from Boomer, Eric, Helder, Taylor, especially Milton behind the camera. It takes an amazing team to pull off a podcast like this. And I was attended before, right? You had never. Mike, pull Mike towards you. You'd never bartended before.
No.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
turns out
why
she's
play
really,
this?
really good at it. So,
This is weird.
how long have you been at the St. James?
5 years.
Has it been that long?
It has been that long. Isn't that
My
crazy?
God, nobody likes. I don't like people telling me what to say ever.
Oh, okay.
And it really bothers me when people try to make me
Tells you what you can
conform
say.
or try to keep me
Totally okay
quiet.
with that.
And I think one of the main reasons why I did this podcast is so that I could have freedom to give my opinions and say what I want. And
You can do that in real life already. See how that works? You can do that in real life already. You don't need a podcast to do that. You can just say what you want to say every fucking day. Imagine that one.
And I
Imagine
think
it.
that's a really important
Imagine it, guys.
part of just being who you are and being your authentic self.
Imagine
And
doing that.
true story, people were literally trying to shut the show down as of like this morning.
I fucking can't.
And I
No, they weren't. Stop it.
basically want to just tell you, you can keep
Ridiculous.
fucking trying, but that's not going to work. I have absolutely no intentions of not doing the show week after week. I'm good at it. It's going to get better. Sorry about all this. Poor Jen's just like, should I feel uncomfortable?
No.
But I think I have a real problem
I
with
can't.
cancel culture. I have a real problem with people trying to like make people seem to be something that they're not. And I think people should just be able to
Thank you.
say exactly what they want when they want to say it. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
if
Sure thing.
that makes
Your
you
butt.
uncomfortable, this is not the show for you. If me
Oh,
having a
okay.
stripper on the show makes you uncomfortable, then
I used to
get
be
the
a
fuck off your
stripper.
phone and go do something else. This is not
If
the
that's
show for you.
uncomfortable for you guys, don't watch
But
me.
this show is going to be about
used to
exactly
be
what
a
I want. It's going
stripper.
to be how I want it, and
It's very,
you cannot
it's
stop
very
it. So
confusing.
let's just
okay?
make sure we set the ground rules for what's going forward with Bunny After Dark. Sound good to
Knock it
everybody?
off.
Okay, great. So with that being said, Jen, do you see yourself working at the St.
Is that her
James for
fake
life?
voice?
Like, what are your
Could be.
plans?
Who
I need a
knows?
drink.
Could be
kind of,
possible. You
actually.
never know. Okay.
Ron's going to be so happy to hear that.
Never know.
No, it's a great job, and I do
Well,
love
that's
it.
really good. Thanks.
And I'm super happy there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen.
Okay.
I love being a dancer. I
We
had so
have
much fun.
a girl coming on,
A girl?
and we're going to take a break in
It's a girl.
a couple minutes, and we have a
Nice.
girl that's
A
coming
girl.
on who works at a club in Providence.
I
What are
already
your
followed up with
preconceptions
Providence.
about what you think she's going to say when I start asking her questions about the job and the industry? What are your perceptions right now?
I usually
Your
go
false
to things
perceptions?
open-minded, so I don't really have a preconceived.
Do you go to the clubs at all?
Sometimes.
When's the last time?
When the last time? Last year.
Okay, which one?
Foxy Lady.
Okay, how was it?
I
I
have.
worked with Foxy
Did you
Lady.
go
We
with
used to
girls or
have
did you go
eggs
with
and
guys?
legs.
I went with a mixture. It was mostly girls.
Mostly girls.
Yeah.
And it was a good
We used
experience.
to have eggs
It was
and
great.
legs. There was a
Cost you a lot
boxing
of
ring
money?
that we had too.
Not more than I wanted to spend.
Only go with
Not
what you
not
have.
much of it, but
So Foxy,
so she has like okay, here's one of the strippers. I wonder if I know this girl. As a matter of fact, I gotta look. How long ago is this? I don't fucking know. I'm not playing it, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know why I'd be weird about it. I was a dancer.
Okay,
for
guys,
a
we are
while.
back. Tiani, thank you.
Hopefully she's using
So
her
it wasn't
stage name and
easy.
not her
Apparently
real name.
Thursday's a really busy night for everybody. So
Yes.
I
Strip
am
clubs are
super
busy.
glad
Thursday,
that you
Friday,
were able
Saturday.
to
Shocker.
get your schedule clear. You're willing to
Worked out.
talk.
2025?
Thank you. So
Was it
let's talk.
2025?
So your name is Tiani.
I feel like
Is
it
that
was
your
like
stage name? Do you
2021.
have
I
a
don't think
stage
this
name?
was
So my
2025.
stage name is Tatiana.
Tatiana.
Mhm.
But
A
Tiani
lot
is
of
your
people
name.
call me Tatia, but Tiani's my real.
And you work at
See,
the
don't
Cadillac
use your
Lounge.
real name, dude. Use your
Cadillac
stage
Lounge.
name.
Been there
Jesus.
for 7 months. I don't think I'm gonna ever leave.
Really?
Mhm.
Did you stay? Well, where were you before? Is this the first place you worked?
No, I've worked at the Foxy Lady. I've worked at a couple clubs in Providence.
Yep.
I've worked
Fantasies.
in Atlanta. I worked like twice.
So wait, where did
First
she
place
say
you
she
worked?
worked?
No, I've worked at the Foxy Lady. I've worked at
Wait,
a
wait,
couple.
wait. Where did she say she worked? The dolls, fantasies, like where? Dolls of Rhode Island, fantasies, like where? I'm trying to figure out where exactly she worked. Cadillac. I loved working at Cadillac. Such a huge place.
Okay, guys, we are back.
Cadillac Lounge.
Tiani, thank you.
Yeah, this
You're
was
welcome.
before
So it
her
wasn't
YouTube
easy.
show.
Apparently Thursday's
Before
a
her
really busy
current
night
one.
for everybody. So
Mhm.
I am super glad that you were able to get your
Trying to
schedule
hear
clear.
What she said.
You're willing to
Worked out.
talk.
Worked
years
out.
ago.
Thank you. So let's talk.
This
So
was
your
a
name
long
is
time
Tiani.
ago.
Is that your stage name? Do you have a stage name?
No, so my stage name is Tatiana.
Tatiana.
Mhm.
But
A
Tiani
lot
is
of
your
people
name.
call me Tatia, but Tiani's my real.
And you work at the Cadillac Lounge.
Cadillac
Cadillac,
Lounge.
okay.
Been there for 7 months. I don't think I'm gonna ever.
Cadillac is good, but they make you do those like sell their stupid DVD things, which are fucking annoying as fuck. Alex's does that too, but it's obnoxious. It also probably works differently now because all this club
Put it on for all these girls in the city. Yo, Tiana, yo, it's Jay Lavoy, man. I love you.
Hi, Jared.
Right.
Stay there because of the money they're making. Yeah, I have tried to.
2021. This is premiere episode of Bunny After Dark from 2021. It says.
I have people from Boston.
Weird, bro. It's not even like. Here's the thing. Politics is a weird fucking thing to want to stream about, right? Because you're ostracizing an entire 50% or more of your potential audience. Also, do you believe in your politics so much that other people's views are, don't matter to you? Like, then you don't have an open mind, right? There's a reason why I've actually never been a registered anything but an independent, and that's because I believe in my gun rights, right? So that would be conservative, right? Conservatives like their gun rights, right? But I also believe that people shouldn't live in poverty and work fucking 40, 60, 70, 80 hours a week, right? I'm in that category. So where does that fall? That falls more on the liberal side, right? So I am very much a person who will vote based on policies, not someone's title of Republican or Democrat, right? I honestly don't believe those should exist because in my book, they're meant to just divide and conquer, right? Divide us, if whether you're Republican or Democrat, and then you can fight about it so that you never actually look at the ultimate problem, which are all of our politicians, all of them, right? And people can get passionate about politics. I don't blame them for doing that. But when you start being a shitbag to your audience and basically being like, it's the liberals, right? Like she did yesterday. It's the liberals. They don't like me. They're trying to cancel me. Like that is so delusional and absurd. Like, what, dude? It has nothing to do with people being liberal or not liberal, right? Like, and again, there are people like me who fall very middle or that don't fit into one category or the other, right? Like, I don't give a shit about what your politics are. I judge you as a human, not what your politics are. I have friends who are conservative. I have friends who are very liberal. Like, I love them all equally. Don't give a shit about their politics. I could give a fuck less about their politics. I care about them as a human, as a person. The way they treat me is what matters most to me. That's it, right? It's weird to me to get online and be like, well, I'm a conservative Republican and fuck all the liberals, especially if you don't have a very, very large platform already. If you had a very large platform and you strictly did politics, then that would make sense. When you don't strictly do politics, you're ostracizing an entire segment of people who might watch you. And that's just gross. It's gross, dude. It's fucking gross. Also, you're categorizing them as if they're not humans, that you just assume that they're all shitty because they're Democrats or they're all shitty because they're Republicans. Like, that's just absurd. That's like saying every Irish person likes a boiled dinner, and that's not true. That's like saying every Spanish person likes things spicy. No, I don't. Thank you. I'm not a fan of super spice. Just saying. Like, just not, I agree with you on that one. She doesn't, right? She bitches a lot. And whines a lot, but again, when you're talking about, like, is there any time that she's ever been grateful? Because to me, it seems like there's a lot of bitching and whining, but not a lot of being grateful. Uh-oh, what's this? A clip. Okay. When Broken Brain Baker and his weird muffin people tell me to stop talking about him and sharing his cringe DMs after he made content and money off me for 8 months, including my dead uncle. Yeah, that's just fucked up. This is just some words.
I want to let you know going into 2026, I will talk about you whenever the fuck I want. I will say whatever I want about you.
Okay.
I will give context. Cool. I will not give context. I will call you names. I will say whatever I want about you. I want to let you know going into 2026, I will talk about you whenever the fuck I want. I will say whatever I want about you. I will give context. I will not give context. I will call you names. I will say whatever.
I mean, does that seem like a decent human to you? I can't. Oh, I agree with Mike here. Mike is saying more ridiculous is a judge demanding live chats be disabled in a court proceeding that is actually allowed to be streamed. You can't ask people to do that. You cannot. Ordered the chat rooms on the live stream be disabled. You cannot do that. That is outside of that's people's First Amendment right. Like, a judge can't be like, you can stream this, but you have to shut off your live chats. Like, you cannot do that, dude. You cannot do that. And most people can just say, go fuck yourself. I'm not doing that. Like judges making rulings like that, it's starting to drive me nuts, dude. You know, when judges start being like, well, you know, we're going to let the regular media play this, but it cannot be live streamed. Like, do you realize that I can just live stream the fucking news? Like, are you all right? Like, I can just live stream the news. What are you, why would you stop independent media if that's not equal, right? I have right as freedom of the press, right? We have those rights to stream it. It's a public trial. That's the other thing that drives me nuts. Public trial. So if you can't fit the entire public in the courtroom, then they have a right to watch it, right? They have a right to watch it, whether that be from home, from the news, from streaming on YouTube, whatever it may be. I have the right. You can't be like, okay, it can be streamed, but yeah, but nobody's challenging it. I'd challenge it. You know what I'm saying? If that was me playing that case, I just wouldn't listen to the judge. I would fucking keep the live chat on. Or I would challenge it with a court order. I would challenge it. You know what I mean? I would challenge it. Your right to tell me to shut off my live chat. Get the fuck out of here. People have a right to express their opinions on it, which they can do in the live chat. You cannot force a creator, which is their job, my job, right? Independent media to shut off their live chats. Are you asking the news to disable their comment section? You know what I'm saying? It's the same fucking thing. In this climate, her declaration of being a proud Republican was a huge turnoff, but I gave her a chance, but she's so anti-everyone, it's gross. Well, that's the thing, is the anti-everyone with Ethel is more about herself, and she wears a lot of the ego, just like Aiden, right? It's literally just like him. It's the ego. It's the constant fucking ego. It's the I'm better than everyone, I'm awesome, you know, the bragging, but then it comes back to bite her, right? She bitches about everything, but then says she makes 10 grand a month. Well, you shouldn't be bitching about anything if you're making 10 grand a month. Most people would love to make 10 grand a month. What the fuck? What are you bitching about at that point? If I made 10 grand a month, I'd take the first 10 grand I made and buy a car, right? Like, what the fuck? Like, that's weird. That is weird as fuck to complain about, right? Never mind the fact that it's not like she lives on her own and adults like the rest of us. She lives in, and she fails to acknowledge that she lives at home in her mother's house, right? So I'm going to guess that her mother probably pays some of those bills. If they run out of food, I'm going to guarantee that her mother's not going to let the house go without groceries, right? I'm gonna bet money that that's probably, the house probably isn't going to run out of groceries because she doesn't have money, right? If I run out of groceries and I run out of money, I'm fucking screwed, right? Because I adult on my own. You know, that's kind of what happens. So it's amazing to me. It's just amazing to me, the lack of self-awareness some of these people have. This is part of that filing that I was reading to you guys earlier. This was June 1st. Aiden said this, right? The other night I discussed how we could use coded language to say that the McAlberts unalive John O'Keefe. I think the best way to say that without saying those words is Turtle Boy was right. Say it loud, say it proud, and see if they're dumb enough to put that in their next motion. How fucking dumb are you to say that? Like, of course they're going to put it in motion, and you just admitted to using coded language and dog whistles, you fucking moron. Like, how, I mean, again, not listening to your attorneys, and if your attorneys are not telling you that that was a bad idea, I don't know what planet you live on, sir, and you have really bad attorneys and you should fire them. And clearly they're using you as just like a constant stream of revenue, because no decent attorney would be like, that's a good idea, definitely keep that up. No, you can't do that, you know? Yeah, he works, I believe. I don't know. He also sleeps on the couch in the basement, so I don't know. I don't know what the fuck goes on over there. On May 30th, 2026, Kearney published a video on the platform he controls. In that video, recognizing that disseminating further statements accusing the plaintiffs of involvement in the death of O'Keefe would subject him to civil liability, he encouraged his followers to use coded language to spread the message. Kearney stated, "What if we came up with some phrase that was code for the McAlberts killed John O'Keefe?" Kearney then conceived coded language to further his false statements that the plaintiffs were involved in the death of O'Keefe. And his followers did the same at Kearney's encouragement. And then they reference the shows, right? Do not watch this show, Bus Stop Live, blah, blah. Like, what a fucking idiot, dude. I mean, sir, remember that thing that you do when you dig, like, you know, dirt over people? You should probably dig dirt over yourself, because that's how fucking dumb you are, right? You are fucking dumb. Here's a clip from, we know that Baker and these people went after the whole J7 thing, right? J7 apparently did her own stream, started her own channel, whatever. I saw a clip last night of like Jess popping into that chat and saying something about like, oh, give me a percentage. I don't know how true this is, but what I'm being told is that for Jess telling her to make a show and showing her how to set it up or on StreamYard or YouTube or whatever, she expected a percentage of J7's money. And the girl's like, I made $57 last month. You want a percentage of my $57? Okay. By the way, YouTube doesn't pay out until you get to 100. So if you made 57 last month, they don't pay you out until you get to at least $100, which means she won't get paid this month unless if she hits 100 this month, she'll get paid next month, right? Because they don't pay out in the same month. YouTube takes their cut. They take their 30 to 60%, depending on what it is, and then they pay you out the next month, one time a month. So it's like 6 weeks after you get a payment, you get another one. And it's from the month before, not the month you're in. So you want part of her $57?
You were giving per month? Is that something you're talking about? Because I am curious about that. I mean, people want to know.
This is kind of sideways. But
I think it's important to say because this.
She might have been right that the last couple months. I mean, I did 1,000 to Aiden's defense fund.
Okay.
And then I gave like
what's a rough number? Is it something is it like $500 a month?
Usually between like $300 and $500 a month is what.
She was giving Jess roughly $300 to $500 a month. She put $1,000 in Aiden's defense fund, right? And she gave Jess roughly $300 to $500 a month. Yeah, that's her. So $300 to $500 a month, just this one person alone, right? And what does Jess do? What does Jess do to thank her for her generosity? But as soon as shit gets hot, not back up the person who showed her the text, but now be like, was I duped? And say that publicly. I don't think you were duped, bro. I think you're trying to back away from anything because you're bleeding subs and you don't know how to be loyal. So if you saw the messages and you clearly fucking know what happened, right? The smart thing to do would be not fucking waver because you're losing subs, right? If you believe in what you did and you believe in what happened and this person, then you stand behind it. You don't waver because, you're losing subs, right? $300 to $500 is a lot of money for most people. I don't know why she looks like she's coming to Vegas, but I did think the same thing. No, I think that's what she donated to her channel, like per month, right? Per month is that's what she donated to her channel. I don't know. I can only hope that what I give my audience is a couple laughs, maybe some cries once in a while, right? And we can discuss all sorts of different topics. I love discussing just random topics with you guys. It's one of my favorite things to do is just, go by what you guys want to talk about and different things, whether that's animals or fucking, mental health or, cooking. I love talking to you guys about just random stuff all the time. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to play the rest of this clip. My sister's calling, so I got to answer this. Hold on.
Is it $500 a month?
Usually between like $300 and $500 a month is what.
That's good money.
I've never gone back and added it up. I might be way overestimating that.
All right. Well, let's just say it's
the other thing is she kind of freed me because if this channel ever started making money, she was going to get a 20% slice of it. So I guess I'm free from that contract, right?
I just think it's wild that if a fan is giving you that much money, and to be fair, I don't.
But that shouldn't have bought me anything special.
No, I'm not saying it buys you anything special, but it also shouldn't buy you one day saying.
All right, this is 9 minutes long. I'm gonna let this play for a second. I need to just run my daughter's bathing suit outside for my sister because they're gonna go into my sister got them this pool thing. Give me 2 minutes. This will play for 9.
How great you are. I love you. And then the next day, basically saying, fuck off.
Yeah.
That's the part that I don't understand about her. Her sensitivity is gotten to a point where she is questioning every decision she makes. I sent her a text saying, these guys are just playing you. I mean, Aiden and Beg are just playing her. They use her as a mouthpiece and they played her.
Well, the other
thing is, that stuff.
For the people that think the man from Denmark is that embarrassed about having sex, it's not. It's that I use
bullshit.
Well, it's because I use a text message that with a fantasy that he uses for all the girls that he texts. So now he has to come up with new material. That's what
would you really be offended by that? I mean, what man would be offended by that? You know what I mean? It's just not true.
The gift, just to clarify, the gifts, the sex toy gifts were always a gag. They were never for serious. They were a joke. I'm pretty sure he threw them out right after he got them. He never used them. In case that's, I don't know what he's talking about. He had to tell his adult daughter. That's been on the internet with him tagged since February. So suddenly it's a problem now. Like, I've deleted it all. I'm sorry it got out. This way overblown and out of hand. Everyone's overreacting. We got to take it down a notch. We're all on the team of the First Amendment. End of story.
Sure. But the problem is that this Aiden Carney, who I like, is takes sides. He's taking sides. And I find it odd that he's jumping in the middle. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe you can explain to me better. But what is the protection of this guy? What is do you not know, really? Like, you don't know what it is? Maybe I'm missing something big, but it's weird for him to jump in the middle of this.
I think Aiden's point is that I gave ammunition to like the anti-Karen Reed people unneedingly. And he's not wrong. I should not have posted the private text. That was wrong of me. It's not Jess Machado's fault that I did it. It's not anyone. It's not Messy Jesse's fault. It's my fault that I did it. I'm a grown woman with my own agency, and I'm sorry that I did it. It was over long.
You got 500. I mean, I don't want to be an asshole, but you got 500 subscribers, right? I mean, it's not. I mean, I know actually you've gotten a lot of pub, which I'm very proud of you for. Good, bad, indifferent, but it's not that big of a following in comparison. You know what I mean? So I don't understand why he'd be worried about anything you post. What does it matter? Are you that relevant? I mean, they don't boo nobodies, right? They don't fucking boo nobodies.
Yeah, and they don't yell at you.
Right?
They don't yell at you because you're telling the truth. I mean, they flip out when you tell the truth. So it is what it is. Shout out Cyber Chick Boston. How dare she come in? Goodbye and good riddance.
Yeah, fuck off, Cyber Chick. Your fucking show fucking stinks. You got 1,000 subscribers, you get like 300 views. You fucking suck.
She's the worst. Ban user. Goodbye.
Loser.
Oh, Melissa, I didn't mean to unban you. Fuck.
Oh, no. Oh, Melissa. Get her back.
Honey, I'll have to fix it afterwards. Sorry.
Sorry, Melissa. Cyber Chick's a loser. Well,
I just, I want the best for Jess. Whatever she wants, I will do. If we're disassociated, I have no part in anything. I'm not watching.
You know what I'm saying? She just didn't have to say anything. Like, I don't understand why she has to continue to this. Just don't say anything.
The night before when he went in on her really hard, okay? And I said to her, we should just ignore it and not even address it. That is not what she chose to do.
It wasn't that hard. I mean, it was free. I mean, for him, I guess it's hard, but it was like, who gives a shit? And say back to him and be over with it. He's in the chat apologizing. That was fucking pathetic. That was pathetic.
That was
like, if you're gonna rip somebody, you can't go in the next day into the fucking chat and start apologizing.
No, he wasn't apologizing. No. He wasn't apologizing. He was demanding an apology from her.
Oh, I thought he was apologizing to her for some of the stuff that he said.
No.
Are you sure?
He was demanding an apology from her.
Oh my God. Okay, I gotta take it back then. That's kind of like this guy. That's I just don't even understand. Like, I don't understand the guy's point. You know what? We have to embrace our villain role here. We're villains now. Nobody likes us.
Yep.
Well, especially you. They really hate you.
So I went down the beach with my firefighter buddy Walter. Okay, his real name is Tom for everyone.
Okay.
So that was nice to relax, but it was like raining Friday night. So I caught up on some of Jimmy's favorite shows, Villains.
All right.
Villains and Traitor. It was illuminating.
I like those.
Yeah. But yeah, like, remember you were telling me about how Valerie should just like lean into being the villain and like the heel or whatever.
Yeah, she should.
If this is my like plot line to be a villain, so be it. Like, whatever.
Listen, when she does her villain role, it's very attractive. So I think for her, it's a good look. I will say, you didn't listen to the spaces, you backed out, you chickened out, you don't want to hear it. I was listening. Now, Valerie is a big fucking liar. A big fucking liar. So she had some people in her space. She had this woman, what was her name? You remember the name of the girl? Like, she was in here. Leary, I don't know what the fuck it.
Iris, Texas.
Iris.
Which is a different Iris from Jake's.
Yes. She's a fake Rosie Perez. That's who she reminded me of. She had this New York accent. She was slinging shit. And like I say about Valerie, I said, hey, I was requesting to come in. She's like, I didn't even see it. And then she was putting other people up. And I'm like, this is bullshit, Valerie. You're a fucking liar. Nobody questioned her. She's just in there slinging bullshit. And the reality is she's just jealous of you and Baker's relationship. That's what it really came down to. And you know what she did? She's over here criticizing you for loving Bunny After Dark and donating that. She flew out to Denmark to meet this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, what fucking loser does that for that guy? I mean, his show is not it's not anything you would fly to Denmark for. I can tell you that. So she clearly is pissed off of whatever relationship you had because she's not getting it. And she went on it just went around. It's like this true journey. She just said the same thing over and over and over. She's ripping you, ripping this one.
Listen, I learned a pretty valuable lesson, right? And this goes back to like, congratulations to Jake, because you're the winner here. I never was, Messy Jesse has been bothering me for months, right? And I'm like going back to think, like,
yesterday,
how
I think.
Fuck over the past, like, what happened the past month or so?
Last night, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, Jake got me fucking pissed off with Messy, like reintegrated with Messy Jesse, and because Jake was giving her an audience. No, Val did not fly. We're talking about
Iris and her team of people, whoever they are, they flew out there. It was embarrassing.
Like, I'm very happy. The other thing is, remember, I got banned from Twitter for a week. And I used my other account. And I was telling you, my algorithm on Hot and Bravo is like perfection. I never have to deal, I never see any of the bad stuff. Well, on my backup, that's a free for all. And I was exposed to the Machado hate for the first time in a long time. And I think that did affect I was a little weaker than I should have been, because then what happened is I fell for every time Jake fucking brought Messy Jesse into a space, or I went after we've had that fun JFK show was the night that the spaces.
Great show.
We had such a great time. I should have logged off and gone to bed. I let it get me so angry that they were just sitting there talking shit and then wouldn't let me up and that's how I wound up fucking up and making those and dropping those texts. But when I look back, it's just don't participate.
Val's
you can just ignore them.
Weirdo.
That's right.
You don't want
Iris and Val can have all the spaces they want. What they really are trying to do is get me to come in there and talk.
Yeah, I know. Well, they wouldn't even I know. That's
me.
I'm just never going to do it. We're done now. They're not going to use me and try and get me upset about shit that I'm not even upset about, dude.
Yeah, I don't know who Lovely Day is, but you can suck my fucking joystick. I will.
Yeah, cute, amazing. Jess pops into this live. Yeah, we talked about it at the beginning of the show, Annie. We had a little cry. It's emotional. It's sad. But yeah, it was last night. She took a turn. This morning she passed. So nonetheless, Jess, J7, who addressed being wrapped up with Jesse Messy. So I can't, where is it? Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Oh God. Is the screaming squirrel still alive over there? What is it? Is she wearing a do-rag again? What is happening? Does she think this is the new cool thing to wear? I mean, again, dude? Again? Just wondering, again, dude, what is happening over there? I can't. Ridiculous. Where is it? Oh my God, he is not promoting Bay Harbor beauty products. Shut the fuck up, you guys. Aiden has now jumped on the Bay Harbor beauty products grift, y'all. All the cult members are getting their Bay Harbor beauty. I have no idea what the name of her channel is. No clue whatsoever. It's a clip. I fucking can't. You can't make this shit up. He is actually him and Ethel and who else got them besides Ethel? Oh, Sparkleballs did. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what they are. I fucking look at. I mean, that would be a horrible commercial. Who would buy this with this guy as the? These people must not know how to advertise properly. Okay, I'm just saying. Oh, perfect. You're welcome, YBE. You're welcome. I just can't. All right. Listen, regardless if they're good products or not, like you have the most biggest idiots on planet Earth promoting them. Like not smart behavior, bro. Like what? It's not smart. All right. You want people to buy them, not people to be like, ugh, I would never buy that because this person is fucking so disgusting. You got it too. The whole cult's got it. Regardless if they're good or not, people are not going to want to buy them if deplorable people are the ones doing the fucking advertisement behind it and they're disgusted by the people doing the advertisement. Here's the before picture. This is how it's going. This is how it went. Yeah. Oh, guys, I needed today. Sometimes like I can't. Oh God, I can't. Like this is the kind of stuff that pops up on my stream, dude. And this is the stuff that just like makes it all sad. Like all sad. Payments for his skincare. Yeah, definitely not. I have to watch that later, but it's just too sad for me to look at right now. Update, remaining motions to be heard 12:30 today. Also know the judges ordered the chat rooms on the live streams disabled. Yeah, ridiculous. It is infuriating, and I don't think you can do that. Sorry to tell you. Sign language reporting? I don't think he'd know sign language. I know someone who does, though. Kylie does interpreting for sign language. I can't. So he said he was using sign language. He got nervous that he was breaking the law, so he said he was using sign language. Sound comes back and he reads Grant's statement. Yep, award-winning journalist who uses practice in Florida in a mental institution. First of all, he doesn't know where the fuck Proctor is, and he should probably shut the fuck up. Like what is he doing, bro? Well, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up, bro. Like, dude, you need a mental institution and a fucking straitjacket and 4 very padded walls, sir. Like, what in the actual fuck is happening right now? Oh my God. How are you not embarrassed? Like, how? Can someone explain to me? What the fuck is this? He doesn't even know how to play charades correctly. I mean, he doesn't know how to adult, so that doesn't shock me, but like, what is, okay, sometimes I feel like we do not live on planet Earth, okay? Like, what the fuck is actually happening? Like, I don't understand, okay? I just don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand, okay? It's weird. Weird. Yeah, I concur. Like, I feel like my brain cells die slowly after watching some of these idiots. Ooh, massive waves reported in Playa Grande and Costa Azul on the Pacific coast of Chiapas, Mexico. I'm going to guess it had something to do with the earthquake, right? Yeah, she does. Oh, I can't. I mean, who the fuck does that? He just decided, like, I can't break the law if I do it in coded sign language. Like, how stupid does one human have to be? Undergoing radical plastic surgery and buying tickets to Kathmandu. I can't. Oh my God, I fucking cannot. I literally cannot. Oh God. Oh God, help me. I can't. I literally can't. Yeah, this doesn't shock me, right? Massachusetts. For those who live here with me, this doesn't shock me at all. And I could have told you this was happening because I had proof of it happening, yet no one listens, right? So
Fox News Alert Saturday in America continuing to track fraud allegations all across the country. We've seen it in Maine. We brought you some questions about some funding that allegedly was misused in Maine. Those were private donations. Then California. And now here's the next state. Massachusetts. Now, the state's auditor just released a report revealing massive fraud within programs like Mass Health, the Department of Transitional Assistance, and the Department of Early Education and Care. These are all programs that provide social services to the Massachusetts community. And as you can see, there was over $4 million in fraud uncovered in the state's SNAP program alone. Another $1.3 million connected to the state's Mass Health program, and hundreds of thousands of dollars found in other state programs. We're also learning of 22 civil recoveries that reclaimed nearly $800,000 in fraudulent overpayments. Now, the total amount of fraud and
I can tell you, overpayments are sometimes their fault, and they accidentally overpay low-income people. And I've watched this happen. People actually had to help people with this. They'll overpay by like a couple bucks every month, and they don't realize it, right? People will assume it's like a cost of living adjustment or whatever, and they make next to nothing. And what'll happen is a year or two will go by, and then the government will say, "Oh, we accidentally overpaid you, so you need to pay it back now." What? That's the state calculating it. Why are you calculating it incorrectly? Why does it then become the other person's problem, right? And of course, these are people who make the lowest income. So those numbers, like specifically that, like I would question, because it kind of makes it sound like overpayments are the person receiving its fault, and it's not. A lot of times it's due to error on the government's end of calculating it correctly, you know?
Fiscal year 2025 alone was nearly $12 million. That's in 1 year. That's your money. Now, as all this fraud is being exposed, President Trump is reportedly planning.
Again, most of this money is like not, most of that is like not enough to even survive on. So it's like, what are they considering? Are they considering them overpaying by accident fraud? Because that's not fraud on the end of the people receiving. It's fraud on the end of the government because they didn't do their job. So it's like, I'm sure there's a ton of fraud, and I know there's a ton of fraud, and I know because I questioned it, and I wrote to the actual, like government, I wrote to the Andrea Campbell's office, which they do nothing. I wrote to Maura Healey's office. I talked to Maura Healey's office. I talked to local reps. I talked to senators, like senators' offices, like, and yeah, they didn't do shit. So that's shocker.
To sign an executive order establishing a new fraud task force. Signaling its importance, it will be led by Vice President.
For everyone, my friend, I feel you. The struggle is fucking real for all of us. I would rather put a pen in my eye than fucking ask for help. As you guys know, I'd rather jab this pen directly into my fucking eyeball. Good at helping other people. Asking for myself is a whole nother thing. I'm here to help you. Yeah, nobody wants more Haley in office. Just saying. All right, where is, it's a hell of a lot more than that. Probably is. All right, hold on. Apparently she's too self-centered to know when she's in the wrong too. Something tells me this woman in real life is exceptionally unhappy with herself, and that's where her issues begin. I agree, Leah. I think she has some severe issues with being happy with just who she is, you know? Oh, hold on. I want to show you guys that thing about Aiden's attorney, right? Remember how we talked about his dumbass motion that his attorney put in? Let me read you what the judge said. Have that. I wanted to show you guys yesterday, but I didn't have the damn time. So hold on. We had a lot of what is happening right now? My fucking what? No. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? Oh boy, that's gross. I don't want to see that again. What is happening? What is happening? Okay, here it is. I found it. All right. You guys remember how I specifically said some of the things that I was concerned about when Aiden's attorney tried to claim like it was too early to be asking for a preservation order or protective order, and that his argument about FOIA requests in the court were ridiculous because the court is the court and FOIA requests are FOIA requests. Like the court can decide what can be brought out to the public. A FOIA request, like you still only get publicly available information. They still redact things that are not for the public, right? Under the rules. And so those two things, like trying to correlate those two things is just bad lawyering. And I think Aiden's attorney doesn't have much to work with, right? But this guy was supposed to be decent. I don't think he's decent anymore. I think he's like throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what will stick. And I would be surprised if this guy didn't quit because it's making him look like an actual fucking buffoon. Not a shocker, because that's what Aiden does, is make his, lawyers look like buffoons, but this guy looks like a fucking idiot. All of the points that I made, and you can go back and watch them if you want, when Aiden's attorney filed this, remember I said I would be surprised if the judge didn't give him a little bit of a dressing down for his ridiculous nonsense and how the court case that he cited has nothing to do with what he's citing? You heard it here first, folks. The judge responds and says basically everything I fucking said, which not a shocker to me, right? So this says endorsement on motion to enter protective order regarding Norfolk District Attorney Office production of documents pursuant to subpoenas is allowed. So the protective order was allowed, right? A hearing on this motion was held on June 4th. The requested protective order with the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office is in the same form as one entered in 2483 CV 692. Defendants oppose, which Aiden, right, claiming the request is premature because of motions that are scheduled to be pursuant to general law, blah, 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 chapter, blah, 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 blah. I am not persuaded by the argument that the request is premature, as I wasn't either, Judge. Given 59H provides that discovery proceedings shall be stayed upon the filing of the 59H special motion, and the court ordered with the consent of the parties that 59H motions would be filed on or before July 7th, 2026, over a month from now, I believe it is defendant's implicit request that discovery be stayed that is premature. So she's basically saying, like, Aiden's attorney is saying that all discovery needs to be paused right now because of the 59H motion, except the 59H motion isn't going to be filed until fucking July. So what's premature is Aiden's attorney asking for discovery to be stayed before the motion's even goddamn filed, right? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. It says, I am not persuaded by the, okay, so I read that one. I'm not persuaded by the argument that the request is premature, blah, 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 blah. Hold on, I got to this part already. Okay. I believe it's defendant's implicit request that discovery be stayed that is premature. All right, I read that part. Now here we go. Mr. Kearney, who is not a party to 2483 CV 692, right, also argues that a protective order is not needed, as any records held by the Norfolk District Attorney's Office are presumptively public pursuant to General Law, Chapter 66, 10. Citing to Worcester Telegram and Gazette Corp versus Chief of Police of Worcester. Remember I told you guys that he's citing the wrong case and that has nothing to do with, you know what I mean? It just doesn't, okay? However, this case is not about General Law 66, Section 10. The Worcester case originated with a request under General Law 6610, and the SJC affirmed the lower court's order allowing limited disclosure of police department records with the benefit of a protective order. Further, contrary to Mr. Kearney's suggestion that the Norfolk District Attorney's Office would have unilateral discretion, the proposed protective order provides a process for this court to determine if designated confidential documents should be impounded pursuant to Trial Court Rule 8, a rule that requires a finding by the court of good cause. The motion is allowed. I can't. Anthony case update. Defense is arrested. Closing tomorrow. Then Jess will be sequestered. Jury will be sequestered per reporter in court. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. So basically, the judge is like, yeah, your arguments are fucking bullshit. No, not a thing. The court has a way to decide whether it's of public, for the public to see or the public not to see. And the case that you cited actually affirms what was being argued in that case. So you didn't do a good job. We're not listening to your nonsense and go fuck yourself. Like, that's basically what the judge said, not too many fucking words, all right? Like, that's what happened. Like, that's, I can't. I fucking can't. So, yeah, the judge was not too happy with Aiden's attorney. Carmelo Anthony trial breaking news. A very reliable source said Collin County District Attorney Bill Wickersai was spotted walking out of the courtroom and into another back room to share a plea bargain. I don't know. A plea bargain? You think there could be a plea bargain? I don't know. That would be interesting if they're gonna try a plea bargain. I just don't think pleas should be allowed to be made if the trial already started. But of course, that even in Massachusetts, you can do that up until the jury comes back. You know. So, listen, believe me, if there was more that I could do for every single person, I would. Right? Like, I simply am not even surviving myself. So, you know, I'm not a large channel. If I was, it would be a little bit different. You know. I can only do so much. I'm only one human. Only one human. Fuck. I had another clip that was quite funny about the Ethel shit. Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick. I thought that I bookmarked it, but sometimes when I bookmark it on my phone, it just doesn't pop up on my computer for some fucking reason. Not understanding. Where is it? Wait, no, that's not it.
Today, because I read in the media of an appearance on the Today Show Friday morning.
All right, so at least here's a little clip of the hearing that happened that we didn't see.
With Attorney Seligson on his reference to strategically preparing for the deposition today. Because I read in the media of an appearance on the Today Show Friday morning where Ms. Reed said that her new civil lawsuit was always part of a plan that she has. And beside her were attorneys Alan Jackson and Charles Waters, who cast the case as a bid to expose institutional corruption in Massachusetts law enforcement and to hold someone accountable for the death of her boyfriend.
Well, I would hope if it was something besides money, she would let me know. I can't see. It's one of the only things that I can't help out with. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I can't fucking help myself with that. Never mind anybody else. You know what I mean? Like, when it actually came to me, she was just asking that I mention it, and I was like, I'll do you one better. You know, I can only do so much, and you know, I and Ash knew like that was gonna, you know, set me back, but like it was the right thing to do. You know what I mean? Like I can only do so much as one human. I don't even think, to be fair, I don't even scraping by myself. Like, so I do what I can. And if it was something aside from money, right. And I don't have a car either, but if something aside from that, then I absolutely do what I can for sure. No, this is what happened this morning. It's a clip of what happened this morning that I missed, or maybe you guys missed it too. I'm not sure.
Officer John O'Keefe. Although there is no duty on Ms. Reed's counsel to have informed Mr. Proctor's counsel of the intent to file the most recently filed Bristol County action, I think it is unreasonable to have not done so with a scheduled deposition pending, and then to have filed such action 4 days before the scheduled deposition. The actions by counsel, Mr. Proctor's counsel seeking to continue the deposition at the last moment, in Ms. Reed's counsel filing its new action 4 days before the scheduled deposition with an obviously planned appearance on national television, brought to mind comment 4 to Rule 3.5 of the Massachusetts Rules of Professional Conduct, wherein it is stated, an advocate can present the cause, protect the record for subsequent review, and preserve professional integrity by patient firmness no less effectively than by theatrics. As St. Mary's University School of Law Assistant Professor David Bernardo noted years ago at a conference on professional responsibility, civility in the legal profession is generally defined as treating others, opposing counsel, the court, clients, and others with courtesy, dignity, and kindness. Thanks for appearing this morning. We'll see everyone at 4:15 this afternoon.
Okie dokie artichoke. Hold on. Hold off that screen for a second so I could look at something else, but pick up. Oh, there it is. I was looking for something else that I couldn't find. So yeah, the Carmelo Anthony case is over for today. It looks like that's not happening until the rest of it's not happening until tomorrow. They'll do closings. Yeah, so he was basically saying both lawyers, Proctor's lawyer and Karen's lawyers, like he was giving both of them a dressing down, basically, like both of them. He was like, refer you to the rules of professional conduct, blah 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 blah. So it looks like he was none too happy with either of the attorneys this morning. 4:15 is soon. There's a Zoom. We'll find out, I guess. I don't know. Carmelo Anthony's own witness just threw a wrench in his self-defense claim during the Austin Metcalf murder trial. In the stand before the stabbing of Metcalf, the teen claimed Carmelo was surrounded. Then prosecutors replayed the footage. The witness backtracked and admitted he can't tell if Carmelo was actually surrounded and ganged up on, destroying the idea that Carmelo had to stab and murder someone to defend himself. This is pure murder, plain and simple. Life in prison is too kind. We need capital punishment. Capital punishment isn't always the answer either. JLR. What is this? Oh boy. Some of these people I don't understand. Like, why they do some of the shit that they do. Oh, this was nice. See, I love when people do stuff like this, right? And during COVID, when I had, extra money, I did a lot of drops like this for just everyday people. My parents dropped off an extremely thoughtful gift basket and show unconditional love and support. Meanwhile, her family has been nowhere to be found. Shocker, especially if you don't have family. My wife's heart has been shattered since the amniocentesis results, which are definitive, by the way, yet it's only gotten worse. Is this the guy? The last couple of weeks have been hardest of her life. It seems like these were where you would be able to depend on your family for love and support. Videos from the evening after the procedure. So, is this the guy and girl who, yeah, okay. This is the one that this was a hot topic, right? They got amniocentesis results, I think, and found out that their child could have Downs, and they chose to abort. Again, my sister-in-law has Downs, and they have the most love to give in the world, and I respect every woman's right to choose, but this is a tough one for me because I don't believe that we should just write off people who are disabled. I became disabled after in my early 30s, and it felt like my mobility and all the things I used to love to do were just stolen from me, right? Like I couldn't work my career anymore. I can't hike like I used to anymore. I can't eat certain foods. I can't do certain things. I can't be in the sun a ton without being able to cool down. I can't even take hot showers anymore from the pots. Makes you literally pass out. And so I have great understanding of, well, just because you were disabled when you're born, like my daughter was, right? My daughter has a rare disease less than 200 people on planet Earth have. And has it been hard? Yeah, it's been hard. Mostly on her, right? It's hard for the parents, but for the kid that's a pincushion, it's fucking harder, right? But I don't know. Like, I feel like that kind of choice is basically saying, like, well, if that child could possibly just be disabled, like, we don't want them. There was no test for my daughter's disease. Didn't exist because her disease didn't exist until she was about 10. They didn't discover it yet. So we didn't have a good idea, and we still don't have a great idea of the correct this or that, because there's less than 200 people on planet Earth that have what she has, and it affects every person that has it a little bit differently. So, you know, this one was a tough one for me with a sister-in-law with Downs, with a child with a rare disease. Like, I chose not to have that test because I have a sister also has AP deletion. And so I thought to myself, like, it didn't matter to me what the test said. My baby's my baby. And so this was a hard one because my daughter was born with her disease. And it was a chromosome abnormality, right? Nothing I can do about it. But I can't imagine. And I had her 3 days after my 18th birthday. So I was a teen mother, which was difficult, just being a teen mother. But a little more harder when you realize your child has to be on a feeding tube as just a few months old, because her body isn't soaking up the nutrients from eating that most other kids do, right? And so then that's where it started, sort of trying to figure out what was going on with her. And so yeah, it can be fucking hard. Absolutely, it can be fucking hard, but I wouldn't change it for the world. My kid might be physically disabled, right? And even she went blind, but she's one of the smartest, most loving, grateful, funny, witty people, you know, and I'm extremely proud of her on the human that she is. And regardless of what stands in her way, the most mundane things that are easy for some people are extremely fucking difficult. Feels like climbing a mountain for her. And I definitely understand myself having to deal with all of my health stuff now. But I definitely understood then too. I still wouldn't change it for the world, you know, because I can't imagine my life without my baby, you know, without her witty comments and her making me laugh and her just being like me and being like a sucker for information and education and just knowing all the things, right? Knowing all of the things. So that reading all of that was really hard for me. That was a hard one, you know, and there was a lot of hubbub on that specific subject when it was the note. I think they came out to talk about it, or they talked about it on like a live, I think they do live stream or something. Listen, disability only allows you to make about $1,000 a month. It's a little under $1,000 a month. So yeah, I can't rely on disability. There's a reason why I haven't applied for disability, and I would get it, but you're also limited in anything you can make after that. I choose to try to make a living myself without applying for disability at this age. You know what I mean? Like, if that means that I need to work from home, like, I make it work here, you know? I can't rely on just $1,000 in disability. That didn't even cover half of my rent, dude. Never mind anything else. You know what I mean? So that ain't gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it. So even if I make $1,200 a month, you know, it's better than 1,000 or less than 1,000 a month on disability. So, you know, you got to try to figure it out. I've tried to figure it out my whole life. You know what I mean? You just kind of have to survive, and no matter what, you do the best that you can do to do that. You know, there's only so much one human can do, but you know, me and my husband work together, and my husband works his ass off, right? He works the max hours that a driver can work for the logistics company, because they're only allowed by law to work so many hours and drive so many hours a week. So he works the max that he can, but we can't obviously make them pay more money. Look at the squirrels napping, you guys. How freaking cute. Stop it. I want a squirrel. I want a squirrel. We used to have a squirrel when I was a kid that would come up on the porch of the apartment that my parents lived in. And its name was Crackers. We named it Crackers because it would come take crackers from my mother's hand when it was little. And so when I got a squirrel at my last apartment, I had a porch and it faced the woods. And there was a squirrel that would come up on my porch. He wouldn't take the crackers from my hand, but I started leaving him peanut butter crackers and regular like saltines on the porch. And he would come up every morning, same time, and come get his crackers and look at me and then run back to his little friends with the crackers in his mouth, right? And he would come back, he'd climb up the side of the apartment building and he'd come back down and get the other cracker and he'd go back and forth to get the crackers. And so I named him Crackers too, because he was so freaking cute and adorable. And, you know, just like these little guys. And I would feed him all the peanut butter crackers and saltines. And so slowly but surely he got closer and closer to me. I would put them a little bit closer to my slider door, a little bit closer until they were like right there. I never reached out to touch him because I didn't want him to like run away and never come back and get his crackers. But he would basically, I would put it right down and he'd be like this far from my hand and he would take his cracker and off he went. I loved my little crackers. I was sad when we moved. I was like, I can't bring crackers with me. Crackers too. But look how stinking cute they are. Little stinking cuties. I want a squirrel. You know? Well, it depends on what kind of disability. If you didn't work enough years to get one that pays based on what you made, which I didn't, obviously, if I'm in my 30s, then you get the straight less than $1,000 a month disability, right? So it's really not that complicated. Like it's pretty straightforward that if you didn't work the amount of years that you need to work to cover it being paid to you based on what you made, then the only other disability out there is the one that pays the less than $1,000 fucking dollars a month. And you can't even have more than $2,000 in your bank account. So if you tried to save to move, or if you tried to save to buy a car, they will actually start dipping into that $1,000 that they take you. Yeah, and that too. Not that he makes a ton of money, but you know what I mean? It's worth it for me to try to figure it out another way, is the bottom line, than it is to try to do that. And I would prefer that anyway. I don't want to rely on disability that doesn't even pay enough to pay half my rent a month, you know? It's just hard. I mean, for everyone, it's hard. Everyone's struggling, every fucking buddy, you know? And you do what you can and you try to help each other out. And, you know, I try to do the best that I can do, helping whoever I can help with whatever I can help them with, you know? My grandmother said it takes a village, and I believe her, you know? I believed her then, I believe her now. It takes a village, and, you know, if I can be part of that village in any way, I'm going to do it. Oh, God. There's just so many horrible things happening around the world. Like, I'm scrolling, right, looking for something else that I thought that I saved, and there's the earthquake and this poor freaking, you know, mother or sister of a shooting victim. I'm like, I just don't, like, where is the kindness? Where is the love? Where's the generosity? Where is the like a little bit of humility, humanity, empathy, sincerity? Like, where is it? You know, like, where the fuck is it? Like, I want to see cute squirrels taking a nap together and damn, I don't know. I want people to want to care about other people. Is that so wrong? Right? Like, is that so wrong that I really want people to just care about other people? Like, is that, you know, I know it might be unrealistic, but I just still have faith that one day people will start caring a little bit more, you know? Oh my God. See, I'm sorry, but people who do this, people who call 911 on a kid's lemonade stand, like, there is a special place in fucking hell for you, all right? I feel like it's not wrong, but I feel like it's unrealistic, you know? I feel like it's unrealistic because people aren't going to fucking do it, right? Like, I can only hope and try to put good juju and good karma and, like, good vibes and, like, want it to happen. My sister lives in Indiana, closer to the Michigan line. My nephews went to school in Michigan, and I never get to see her, but we just had a little bit of rain yesterday. Here in Massachusetts, it's in the 70s and pretty decent outside. I feel like just everyone's struggling, you know? Everyone. But how the fuck are you going to call 911 on a children's lemonade stand? People, someone, for the love of God. You had a squirrel named Rocky? Blind in one eye, he would come to the door and look in to get his peanuts. I freaking love this. I love it. I know I'm not the only one who had a squirrel. They're so cute. I've seen other people who have them as like house pets, and I'm like, I don't know how you house train a squirrel, but bravo, sir or madam, bravo. Like, bravo. I want one. They're so freaking cute. Leah has a pig and his name's Kevin Bacon. I kid you not, I'm not even kidding. I'm dead serious. When she got him, I said, what did you name him? She's like, you want to know? I said, yeah, I want to know. She's like, I named him Kevin Bacon. I'm like, of course you did. Of course you named him Kevin Bacon. You did name him Kevin Bacon. My little is always like, can we see Kevin Bacon? Can you ask Leah send us a picture of Kevin Bacon? So, because she doesn't know who the fuck Kevin Bacon is. So it's funny. It's funny as hell. She's like, can we see Kevin Bacon? So funny and cute, by the way. All right, let's see what these idiots did by calling 911 on a lemonade stand.
Two young brothers in Kansas City, Kansas just wanted to sell lemonade this summer.
They just want to sell lemonade.
What happened when police were called to their stand is a story you are going to want to see. KCTV5's Zach Fisher has more.
Jerks.
Jukai and Prez Reese have been selling lemonade here on 33rd and Webster for years. But this week, when life gave them lemons, Kansas City's finest made sure they sold every cup. It all started with a 911 call. One police haven't heard before. Someone notifying them about two boys selling lemonade on the corner. But when Kansas City, Kansas police and firefighters arrived, they didn't shut the stand down. They became its best customers. Officer Morgan Reed was among the first to pull up during the afternoon shift.
I was calling everybody, yeah. I was just calling everybody, hey, make sure you guys stop by the lemonade stand.
I love
and then
this.
just whenever they were busy, a couple people were able to swing by.
Those calls worked.
Damn it.
When all is
Love
said and
Kevin
done,
Bacon.
the boys sold more lemonade and Kool-Aid fruit to dozens and dozens of officers in
Kool-Aid
about
fruit, that's
30
a new
minutes.
thing.
Grape, and I think that was blue raspberry.
It totaled $280. But for
Aw.
Perez and Jakai, it wasn't about the money.
They gave us like some stickers. They gave us a lot of things, and I used it on my shirt. And then they was like, "Now you're an official police officer."
Officer Reed liked it so much, she came back Thursday, spending another chunk of change. She
I
says
love it.
moments like this are exactly what community policing is supposed to look like. And for Perez, the motivation behind the stand goes beyond the badge stickers.
I just wanted to like help the homeless and buy me a new e-bike because that has been my dream since I was little. Use the money for my nephew and niece inside. I was gonna use the money to buy them diapers and stuff.
Not a bad squeeze for a couple of kids just trying to make it. The boys tell me they're gonna be out here all summer selling lemonade. Officer Reed says that she had to come back, and after tasting the lemonade myself, honestly can't blame her. Kansas City, Kansas, Zach Fisher, KCTV5 News.
So cute. My heart. Oh my God, I love it. See, those are the stories I want to hear. That's the stuff I want to fucking hear right there. That's the stuff. He said, I want to buy my niece and nephew diapers. Oh, I want to help the homeless. I love it. That's what you teach your kids. That's what you teach your fucking kids. Dude. That is what you teach your kids. That's what I teach my kids. It's what we should all teach our kids. Like, to be selfless sometimes, right? Like, they also need to worry about themselves sometimes too, because there's a weight to that, right? If you're always worrying about everyone else, you know, I should probably take my own fucking advice. Then you forget time for yourself, right? And then it becomes a heavy burden of doing everything for everyone else and never anything for yourself. And take it from someone who lives it and can't change who I am. Teaching them young that there should be a happy balance of being selfless and helping people and also taking care of yourself is super fucking important. And I am so glad these kids got a great interaction with the police. And but they came and bought all the lemonade, and then you had the news station people buying the lemonade. I love it, and I hope people go by there all summer. The kids will have a blast. Also, the Kool-Aid like fruit thing, it's like a new craze, and I'm not gonna lie, okay? We attempted this, and the grapes, we like green grapes in this house, all right? I love green grapes. Well, to be fair, we like both kinds of grapes. My husband likes the like purple ones, but me, I like the green ones, and one of my daughters loves the green ones. Okay, so they're actually pretty good. They're pretty good. When you put the grapes in there and you let them sit in there, it's really good. That's true. That's also true. That's also true. I'm so sorry, Kylie. You're so right, though. That did happen. That did happen. No good deed goes unpunished, my friend, as we fucking both know. You know, it's like you do what you can, but sometimes, like, no matter what good you do, someone is going to be ungrateful, right? Or someone is going to find something wrong with you just trying to do the right thing. Like, you're never going to please everyone. Or someone, unfortunately, comes across a sewer turtle who just disparages everything and everyone that, you know, could possibly give him content because he can't come up with a normal thing to say, you know? Crazy. Oh, I love that. I always do that. I'm like, how much is the lemonade? They're like, $2. I'm like, here's a 10. And they're like, wait, change. I'm like, no, it's a tip. You keep it. You keep it, you know, keep it. You buy a PlayStation game with it, or a, you know, ice cream for your brother, or, you know, whatever. You do whatever your little heart desires with it, you know? Yep, that happened. That fucking happened. That sure did happen. And that was, we can thank the sewer turtle, right? We can thank the fucking sewer turtle for that. For just being a deplorable piece of shit. Hey, look, Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, Indiana, and Michigan are under a rare day 4 enhanced risk of severe weather, with tornadoes, very large hail, and damaging winds likely. Jesus effing Christ. Gossip Girl, please stay safe. Tornadoes, I don't think are fun. I've never had to go through one, but, you know, that's what it says. 4 enhanced risk. Day 4 enhanced risk of severe weather with tornadoes, very large hail, and damaging winds. Like, how? I mean, the computer's listening to us, right? Like, that has to be it. Like, I know Google listens to us, but, like, you know, like, just, it has to be listening to us, right? Like, for this shit to pop up after we talk about it. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's a little, you know, whatever. I am 2 hours and 58 minutes into the stream, and I still yet to do this because I'm really bad at this. So, for those of you who don't know how to donate to the channel, there's a bunch of different ways. You could also just hit the like button. That's very helpful. Or subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Make sure you turn your little bell notifications to all, for sure. There's a bunch of different ways you can support the channel. We have a link at the top of the chat that works for any debit or credit card, and it works for Apple Pay. And then we have Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Revolut, Chime. Revolut and Chime are the same as the Cash App and the PayPal tags. Revolut and Chime are literally the same exact thing. And Amazon, which is in the description of our video. Was the going rate for a cup of lemonade? I don't know, $1, $2? I don't know. When I was a kid, it was like, what, 25 cents? 50 cents? You know what I mean? It was cents when I was a kid. I have to imagine it has to be like $1 now. I mean, I think the last one I did was like $1.25, but I think every place is different. I'd probably base it on like what the lemonade costs to make or whatever, you know, for the parents usually come up with the price for the kids. But I think the last one I saw last year was $1.25 a cup, but they were big cups. They weren't like the little Dixie cups that we used to use as kids. They were like a decently sized cup. I'd say probably like this. So I think $1.25 was decent for that big ass cup of it. You know, it wasn't like the little tiny cup we had as kids. Were like this big. Like 50 cents. It's like one shot of lemonade. One little shot of lemonade will do. Wowza. Look at that, lad. Holy crapola. Holy crap. That would have scared the shiitake mushrooms out of me. Just saying. That would have scared the shit out of me. For fucking sure. Let me see if I can see if this hearing is popping up. Let's see. Let's find out. Hold on. I think Mike's gonna stream it. Usually ask permission to restream it because if you don't have to ask, I'm like, I know, but like, I like you anyway. Right, that's the other thing. I don't carry change. You know what I mean? Like, I use my card. That's pretty much it. Like, I don't really carry change. But then again, like nowadays, there's Cash App and Venmo. We didn't have that when I was a kid. So nowadays, usually the parents will be out there and you can be like, can I Venmo you? Can I Cash App you? Or you look for, some people will just like look for change in their car, you know? Like, oh, I gotta dollar and change in my car, you know. That's what I used to do because I used to throw change in my cup holder, but I also dealt with a lot of cash. I don't do that anymore. So there's not a ton of change to be had, like you said. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was gonna be that loud. I just, you know, it was muted when I saw it. It just was like a big lightning strike. My bad. My bad. Sorry. I am so sorry, ma'am. I'm so sorry. I apologize for nothing. Just kidding. Who said that, Aiden, right? I apologize for nothing. For absolutely fucking nothing. You should apologize for your sewer turtleness, sir. An hour ago. Okay, well, it's not on yet. So at least from what I can see, it's not on yet. Let me look one other place and see if I can't. Let's see. One more place. One more place. Nope. I mean, I can ask Mike if he's going to stream it. I guess that's probably the best course of action in this predicament. What? Who? When? Where? Why? Oh, he's still deaf? My bad. Kevin Bacon. Riley still asks about Kevin Bacon. It'll be random, but she'll be like, Mommy, where's Kevin Bacon? Can I see a picture of Kevin Bacon? And then I have to like scroll through all of the texts and find Kevin Bacon. All right, I don't see it. Do not see anything yet on that end, but let me check in here. Mike can see if she's gonna have it. Let's see. Are you streaming? Before 15 hearing, because it was supposed to be starting like now. Heating? No, hearing. Goddamn phone. You guys talking about typos? Yeah, that was about to say heating. Are you streaming the heating? Are you, sir, streaming the heating? I don't think you are. Oh my God. SK7 has brought us a new video. Scott, you are a darling. Again, shout out if you do have Twitter. I highly recommend following Scott here, who makes freaking hilarious Muppet videos. I am now a Muppet, by the way, in case you guys didn't notice. I am now officially a Muppet. I gave this man a salute. Sparkly and TV pushed the same shit yet Baker has to come up with his own line called Handy by Baker. Handy by Baker. Oh, for fuck's sake, Scott.
First there was Sparkly, then Turtle Boy. Now I show my hand into the promotion with my new line called Hanty. When no one else is coming to the party, I choose Hanty. First there was Sparkly.
A Hanty like a tanty? Does he have a does he also have tanties is the question. How's the website coming? Let's see, following. No, wait, I wanted back to Scott's thing because he did one that we didn't. Oh, Muppetville Law and Order, episode 2. Misery likes company. Ah, shit, son. We need to not miss this Muppetville episode.
I swear, you're my true love. You're the only one for me.
We're gonna be together forever. You're lucky we got here when we did, or you would have been J7'd.
He said we'd be together forever.
Tell me all about it. Don't leave out any details.
I cannot. I fucking cannot. Ain't it funny when it's close to home?
When's a private message no longer private? Is it only when it's not yours?
Yeah.
It's okay if it's the opposition.
I can't.
Then you're begging more.
He does. He does an amazing job with them.
It's okay if it's my Crawford. Gather round, baby, gonna tell. Talk about now how he's crying. And then let's slam Brian LTL. But now it's one of yours, and you're trying to smother.
I'm like,
stop the story. You don't want to cover. Should be leaving this alone. Saying it ain't fair. Shouldn't be going there. Ain't it funny now when it hits this close to home? Maybe there's things I shouldn't be knowing. Places I don't wanna go.
I can't.
Oh, I promise you that I ain't buying flashlights at Home Depot. But now it's
Oh my God, I can't. Woo! All right, you know what? Can't just break these up on me like that, okay? Why, Scott? Why? Why, Scott? Why? Oh, it's the Hood Booger Express, everyone. You?
yeah. Yeah. Man, you shouting it loud. We getting under your skin. They can still see us. Your skin's pretty thin. Don't wanna be us, but you're making a fuss. Man, this hood booger and all of us, hood booger and you. Back in the day, put a beat to the cities, try to do it our way. Hey, you do you, man. Keep going out to the bus. Just leave the hood booger to us. Man, stay off the track. That's how we get back. Hood Booger Express. Let us go. Hey man, wanna talk shit on internet? Then you call me homie, and you don't even know. You see this dude on your screen, think you know the real me, man. You can just blow me. Someone's hurt your feelings, man. Well, at least you can feel, man. Jigga got his life snuffed out, you know. There were 7 of the po-po. He was just walking, man. Was having a spell. Didn't know what was happening, man. Couldn't even yell. Put him on the ground. The only sound was I can't breathe. Let me up, but not too damn corrupt. How it is, 7 on his neck. You don't figure that just maybe you're gonna kill Jigga. Fighting the fight, doing it every night. Fight fiction with fact. We ain't pulling no curtain back. It gets all about us, no man is bigger. Tell you right now, it's all about Jigga. Fighting the fight, doing it every night.
Scott, you outdo yourself, sir. I think the hearing is on. Hold on. Please hold while the next cell subscriber you are trying to reach is freaking located. Damn it. Come on. Refresh. Refresh. Fuck. Damn it. Hold on. We are having an issue. Where the actual bug stick? Come on, god damn it.
When's a private message no longer private?
Here, I'm trying to fucking. What this? Nope. Damn it. Okay, Mike's recording it. They don't want us to live stream it, that's why, but Mike is recording it. Okay, perfect. Sounds good to me, and I can send y'all there when I'm done, and y'all can watch it there. Because they apparently don't want it live streamed. I don't know what like what Mike said, I don't know what the fucking difference is, whether it's live streamed when it happens or you record it and live stream it after. Like, what's the fucking difference? it's going up. Like, I don't, again, these judges with these decisions don't really make much sense to me. If we can record it, like if I could be on it right now, record it, which I can, right? But Mike's already, so there's no point in me doing it too. And then play it. What the fuck is the difference? I don't know why I think we're talking about older judges here that don't seem to understand the difference between streaming and recording and then streaming it right after. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. Not understanding. Not understanding. Not understanding. All right, hold on. Let me go back to this here. I want to make sure we got all the, episode 1 of Muppetville Law and Order. We did not see this one.
We have enough on you to make it very difficult on you. Spill the tea.
Give us the goods on the lot of them now.
Oh, I'm gonna spill the tea. I guarantee it. The more they keep running their mouths, the more I spill the tea.
Can you put that gun away? This woman is a victim of the mob, and she is about to spill the tea.
A victim of the mob. Amazing. Fucking amazing. Oh, by the way, heads up. Okay. Like, I want to say, I got a picture. A special thank you. Okay. Special thank you to whoever the hell at Home Depot. I took a picture of it because I was like, this is not real life. Decided that I belong on a refrigerator that plays videos now. Okay, there's a fucking refrigerator, right? I'm with my sister. She needed a tarp for the pool thingy thing for the kids. And guess what? I walk by, there's this $3,000, almost $4,000 refrigerator, right? And it's got like a screen on one side of it. And it's like powered by Bixby is what it says, right? Like Bixby AI, right? And I'm like, this is kind of cool. Like, what is this? I look at the fucking screen, right? And it is literally, I kid you not, playing a YouTube video of my show. Like, what is happening right now? Okay, here it is. $3,400 and $3,499 on the fucking thing. All right. I tried to get up close too, to show you guys like super up close, but then I started reflecting. So I stepped back a little and you can see a little bit of there, but see, there's a fucking whole screen on the other side of the goddamn, and then you can see it's my intro playing. It was, what video is this? It's the Sunday, it's a Sunday Fun Day Ethel's Meltdown video. And it's on the goddamn fridge. Like, what in the fuck is happening here? Like, is this real life? So whoever the hell was at the goddamn Home Depot and decided they wanted to watch it, fucking kudos to you, dude. Kudos. I've run into a few people in the area who always just tap me on the shoulder, but that was a catch me off guard kind of thing. Like, what the fuck is actually happening? Is there a fridge playing YouTube right now? Like, I didn't know this was possible. Like, fridges can play YouTube? Like, what else can it fucking do, dude? Like, I was like, I better not touch that thing because I'll break it and I can't buy it. So I'm not touching that goddamn thing. Like, I read the side of it. It had a big sign on the side of it about what Bixby AI does or whatever. And I'm like, that's kind of fucking cool. I'm not going to lie. Like, that fridge is very, very cool. Very, very expensive, but very, very cool. Was it called Fridge Daddy? No, it was not called Fridge Daddy. I don't even know what kind of fridge it is. Wait, I think it says in the picture that I took. But I was with my sister and the kids. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is happening right now? It's a Samsung bespoke 38-inch, 29 cubic feet standard depth, 4-door French door refrigerator, holder steel with something, charcoal family hub plans. I don't know what the fuck that is. Okay. But that was pretty cool. Right. Apparently, I don't know, I'm sure it doesn't stay on there forever. You know what I mean? Sure. I don't know. I'm sure the screen dims or whatever it does after it stops playing, or whether someone else messes with it. I don't know. Could have just been something that popped up like on YouTube from the area while someone was like scrolling on YouTube or something, and that just happened to be there because it was literally playing the intro. So I'm assuming something else played before it and then it played after it. I don't fucking know, but it was intriguing. All right. I mean, kind of cool, not gonna lie. Awesome looking refrigerator. I didn't want to touch it because I was like, I'm break this thing. I'm not hip to like, I use AI, but not fridge AI. I didn't know fridges had AI. All right. This is a new concept for me that fucking a refrigerator has AI. That was a little cray-cray, if I'm being honest. All right. I don't understand. There are modern communities that try to get devices like that to run games like Doom. I never knew that was a thing. I literally looked at my sister and was like, is this a thing? Like refrigerators play YouTube now? Like, where have I been? Like, what am I missing? Like, what the hell, dude? I was like, do you think you can make me a smoothie? Like, are we at that point yet where you just like ask the fridge to make you a smoothie? And does anybody remember the friggin' Disney movie Smart House? Anybody remember that one where they win this like smart house and you like push a button and like, you know, all these foods pop out, or you tell it to give you something and like, boop, done, there it is, popped right out. Like that's what it reminds me of. It's like that specifically. Baker, stop it. We don't want your lotion, aka handy, sir. All right, go the fuck away. Oh, is Lana playing it? No, I think this is this morning. I think that's this morning. Oh God. Oh, it looks like Meredith's calling out Emily C. Dear gaslighter Emily, I don't care what you call me. I never asked him to stop calling me names. I simply made it clear. If you keep talking about me, I'll keep talking about you. Danny said if I stopped, he would too, and I agreed because that's all I ever wanted. You have the right to call me 5150, just like I have every right to criticize you for using that term and call it hypocrisy, given you create quote content about a woman who actually has been 5150 multiple times. Despite how many times you want to lie and report my posts when called out about it, you absolutely did. You can call me 5150, and I can call you Lauren Katie fake hypocrites. It's all about free speech, right? Not for the people who scream free speech. They don't give a fuck. They're not actually about free speech. They just want their speech. There's a big difference between being a free speech advocate and then just being a speech advocate, right? Like, come on. That's ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Fully, are you awake yet? Probably not, I'm guessing. All right, Mike just posted something. Let's see if he got it. Is he live yet? No? Yes, no? Yes, no, maybe? No? Negative? I thought it just popped up live, but then I'm like, no, it did. It went away. What is happening? God damn it. I don't get it. We'll just have to wait, I guess. We'll have to wait. Oh, hold on. Hello, email. Please hold while the next self-subscriber you are trying to reach is located. I have a donation here. Let's see. Scroll. You're awesome. Love your channel. Oh, thank you so much. And it's $50. I'm not going to read your real name, darling. We don't need that for you. You can identify yourself in chat if you want under your screen name, but I don't put the real names out there because, you know, the cult and all. But thank you so much. That was so kind of you. I appreciate that. And then, of course, my good friend Jack here sends 1404. I love his random amounts. Jack always sends like a random amount of money. Like it's always a random amount. And I love that it's always a wicked random amount of numbers. Like I just love that. I don't know why. It's a weird thing to love, but it makes my day. So he sends 1404. I appreciate you, Jack, my friend. I love it. I love the randomness of you. Please always be you. All of you always be you. Don't allow someone else to tell you who you are or what kind of person you are or who you need to like or who you don't need to like. You do not, what the hell? No, that's 5 hours ago. You do not need anybody else to tell you anything. You can make your own choices, just like you can watch whoever the fuck you want to watch. You can donate to whoever you want to donate. You cannot donate to whoever you don't want to donate to. And anybody who needs to tell you that, you know, I think it was one of the statements that was made when we played that J7 clip, which was like, oh, it's just giving the antis fodder. And it's like, you think it's only the antis that are laughing at the fucking clownery that's happening over there? No, first of all, no, okay? It's most people are laughing at the clownery, okay? The nonsensical bullshit with people like the Brokeback Baker being outraged over Jess talking about him, but then having no problem doing the exact same thing about other people. It's fucking amazing to me. Tsunami, waves caught on camera after the 7.8 earthquake in the Philippines. Look at that shit. We don't have waves like that here. I know some places do, but we do not. Yeah, that is fucking nuts. Imagine living like right here. Like, no thank you. No freaking thank you. I am just praying for everyone over there that like that doesn't have like they don't have to deal with anything like that. You know, like maybe some water washes up on shore, but that does not, you know, do that to their homes and their livelihoods. And listen, I've had a fire. I know what that shit's like, dude. You lose everything and you can never get it back. And, you know, things are just things. Like, you know, your life is more important than things, but it's just sad. You know, it's fucking sad. There are things that are sentimental in nature. You know what I mean? Sentimental things that can never be replaced. Like, if I had, thank God that my dad's drumsticks were in my mother's basement. Like, I would have lost my ever-loving mind if my dad's drumsticks had burned, right? Like, it's just the only thing I have left of him, the literal only thing. And if those had burned, I don't even know what I would have done. Like, that would have been really bad. And so I'm actually grateful that they were not there. I remember asking the firefighter if anything was salvageable, and he kind of just looked at me and he just gave me this face like, no, and then shook his head. And I was like, damn it. Like, nothing was salvageable, not a goddamn thing. And of course, my little was littler at the time, and all she cared about was her cup and her blankie, right? We had the blankie, but we did not have her favorite cup. And so all she really cared about was that cup, you know, that she wanted her sippy cup. And it broke my heart. Like, obviously I went to CVS immediately and got her a new one, but like, she just wanted her cup. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't want a new one. She wanted her cup. And her being that little and just being so upset over the cup, like, it puts things into perspective, you know? Like, that was the one thing that she wanted, was just her safety, which was, you know, her blanket and her cup, her blanket, of which she still sleeps with. I got that blanket at my baby shower for her, and she still sleeps with it in her bed with her. That is her safety and comfort blanket, you know? Florida reported an earthquake within, whoa, where in Florida? Wait a second. Hold on, I need to check on that. My grandmother lives in Florida. Hold on. Quack. I can't today. Florida earthquake. Did you feel it? Magnitude 6.1 earthquake strikes off northwest coast of Cuba with report shaking as far north as Orlando, Florida. Uh-oh. Oh, no. My grandmother lives on the west coast. It says northwest. Strikes off the northwest coast. Oh, northwest coast of Cuba. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check on my grandmother and my brother. With some shaking felt in Florida. So what the actual F stick? Felt this in Hollywood, Florida. I was sitting on my couch and felt the whole couch move. Looked at my coffee table, it was swaying, and checked my water and it was moving. That was like a solid 60 plus minutes of shaking. Wow. Fucking wow. Thankfully, I don't see anything falling off her shelves or anything, so I'm hoping it was very mundane. Magnitude 6.1 earthquake was recorded. My grandmother lives in Spring Hill. So that's on the sort of west side of Florida. And they're feeling it as far north as like Jacksonville, which is way away from my grandmother's, much closer to Cuba than Jacksonville is, you know. She's in Spring Hill. And I also have cousins who live in Pinellas Park, which is also on the west coast of Florida. It's like the only family I have left. They moved to Florida forever ago. so I don't get to see them, obviously. Shaking felt in Florida, 6.1 Southern Gulf near Cuba. Yeah, it's not, well, it's 6.1 isn't mild, but 6.1 is at the core of it. So like in Cuba. So by the time it gets to Florida, my point is like where it was, where I just saw that video at that lady's house, it was mild by meaning like dishes weren't falling over and her figurines weren't falling off their shelves, right? So it just makes me feel a little more comfortable that like my family is like safe and like a building didn't collapse on them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel that. I didn't feel it. Other people felt that the last sort of like shaking in Massachusetts. I didn't feel it. But I agree here with you, Mama Firefly, that something weird is going on, right? We have all these sonic booms, right? All these asteroids, now these earthquakes. Like, I don't know, something's fucking weird. You know, like something is off. And I'm not like a huge conspiracy theorist, but common sense would say like something ain't right. Something's not right. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these things, like one of these things is not like the other. One of these things does not belong. You know what I mean? Like something is up. I don't know what that something is, but I feel like there is something, like something in my gut says there is something going on. You know, I didn't feel it. I heard the sonic boom, but I didn't feel it. But what I thought it was thunder or the trash barrels falling over is what I thought it was, because it was very windy that day and it was trash day here. So all my neighbors' barrels, well, technically trash day is Friday, but they were a day off because of the holiday. So they didn't come till Saturday. And so some people who weren't home, all the trash barrels were still outside. And so they had been like falling over all day because of the wind. And so they would make these loud, you know, bangs of the recycling bins and the barrels falling over. And so I assumed that it was thunder and the recycling bins and trash barrels falling over. So it stopped me dead in my tracks. I looked at my daughter and I'm like, you heard that? And she's like, yeah. So I look out the window and one of the barrels, you know, is on its side. And I'm like, maybe it's just thunder. And then I find out later on, like, sonic boom. And I'm like, well, that's what it was. You know what I mean? And then when I told my sister, she's like, oh, I thought it was thunder too. And I'm like, but then when you think about it, like there was no other thunder. Like that was the only big boom. You know what I mean? Yeah. See, well, you're a little bit ways away from me, so it was closer. Where did they say the down point would have been? Boston or no, Cape Cod, right? And you're much closer to the Cape Cod, like from that area of where they said it would have landed than I am. You know, I live near Boston, 2 minutes from Boston. I was actually just crossed into New Hampshire, and I heard this loud noise, and I'm like, is that under, what the hell was that? And then everyone was calling me to ask me if I heard it. And we all, yeah, I thought it was just thunder because I was in the house, right? The air conditioners were on. So that muffles the sound a bit, right? And so, but I still heard it over that. I just assumed, you know, that's what it was. Me and my daughter were sitting on the bed doing these little bracelet things. So, but it stopped us. We stopped because we didn't have the TV on. We were just doing the thing together, you know? So I was like, what the hell? What the hell is that? Like, what the hell? Oh, chemtrails, yeah. I don't, who fucking knows, to be honest? I don't know. Like, again, I was perfectly healthy aside from my liver thing, which I was born with, which didn't really do anything up until I got COVID. So, you know, explain that. You know what I'm saying? Like, a sickness shouldn't have triggered all of these immune diseases and inflammation in my entire body, including my heart. Like, I don't know, you know, like just weird shit, bro. And I reached out to some of my contacts in like, I'd say deeper government, not deep government, but like deeper government, to be like, what the fuck is going on here, bro? Like, what is up, right? Like, I'm not loving the answers that I got, but I can't divulge either. But I didn't get like a straight answer as to what we got going on here. Like what is happening? You know what I mean? Yeah, to me it sounded like thunder. But again, I was in the house, the ACs were on. I was literally right next to my AC. It's in the window, which is right near my bed. So, you know, everything was muffled for me. But I'm sure if I was in a car, it probably would have been much, much louder for sure. You know, you're literally on the street, you know? But other people I know heard it loud and clear, you know? Loud and fucking clear. 4 minutes So that was, oh yeah. So they said it was felt 4 minutes. So, okay, here's a map. Tampa, Cape Coral, Orlando, Melbourne. Yeah. So my family's like right over yonder, down here in this vicinity here. I think Pinellas Park is like here-ish. And then there's a little bit of water here. And then Spring Hill is like over here. So it's definitely within that fucking circle. I'll tell you that much. It's just scary. Oh, this is a lady in Tampa. Her whole plant is just plants moving. And Tampa isn't, it's probably, I'd say like an hour or 2 hours from, maybe an hour from where my grandmother's at. Shaking has been felt across much of Florida in the aftermath of a 6.1 magnitude quake just west of Cuba. No tsunami threat is expected from the earthquake. Thank God for that. Thank fucking God for that. Second largest earthquake ever recorded in the Gulf, according to the USGS. That's concerning. I'm not going to lie. That's a little bit concerning. Now, it makes me think like maybe people who prep, preppers, like maybe they're onto something. Just saying, it's good to have rice and things like pasta and, shelf stable foods and water. You should always have water. Speaking of water, I drink a lot of water, so I definitely need to stock up on some more in probably another couple days. I think the things we go through the most in my house are water and juice boxes for the kids. Juice boxes are always something that we go through. That and snacks for school. And meats, because those are expensive nowadays. Go straight east from Tampa. That's where I live. Oh, you're east? Right? We should stop buying canned food and stock up. Listen, when I go into the grocery store and like certain sections are like, say for instance, the instant mashed potatoes are just wiped out, like all different kinds of them just wiped out. I start to think to myself, like, do people know something that I don't know? You know what I mean? Like government workers or like their families, like they get tipped off something and like they just start buying out all the stuff that they're going to need. And like, things that I'm like, why in the world is all of this shelf stable shit? And it won't just be like one area, right? Because they could just have a sale and wipe out one area, but it'll be numerous different places in the store that are all like shelf stable products. And you're like, who knows something I don't fucking know? Like what's going on here? Like I'm invading Cuba, imagine. Imagine that's the next thing they tell us. We always have roadkill to barbecue if needed. I can't. I mean, you're not in Florida right now, right? Like you will be soon though. East. Well, you're on the Space Coast, which is the last place which is where the place that my husband usually plays Worlds in when he's chosen, which was the time a few years ago that they were finally chosen. My first time my husband playing in Worlds, it was an amazing opportunity and experience. But you're right there, where that is, right there on the Space Coast. It was beautiful where we stayed. It was gorgeous. Definitely need to get back there at some point, but it's just about cost, like if you get a hotel, that's expensive. An Airbnb is a little better because you can like cook, save money on just cooking there at the Airbnb. But again, you still got to buy all the foods and it's expensive. Like it's expensive. The one I booked in Florida, the Airbnb, somebody canceled it last minute. And so it was available last minute. And so they dropped the price a bit. And so that's really how I snagged it. And it was right across the street from a beach. So we could literally just take our coffee in the morning. And I went over there, I think it was like 5 a.m. Someone told me like, that's the best time to go find sand dollars. It's like very, very early in the morning because other people get out there real early in the morning and they scoop them all up. And I'm like, I'm going to go over there. So I can make my coffee and I head out to go and, over to the beach to try to find big shells and sand dollars early in the morning. I have we bought this little jar out there from one of the shops and it's like jar full of seashells or whatever, Florida, Cocoa Beach, Florida. We went to this like event thing with all these different tents in Cocoa Beach. And we filled it up with seashells from the beach across the street. Milk, water, ice, and bread. Ice melts though. Why ice? You know what I mean? Why ice? I mean, I guess you could put it in a cooler. And they do have coolers that'll hold ice up to like 2 or 3 days now, which is crazy. But the Arctic coolers and the what's the other one? Wicked popular one. Those ones hold it, and I know because my friend brought it to Saco when we camped on the beach one year, and that thing held all the ice in there with stuff in it It didn't really melt for like 3 days. And his wasn't very big either. It was probably like this, but like deep. And that thing did its freaking job. I'll tell you that. It wasn't a Coleman, but it did its goddamn job. It's one of those expensive Yeti. It was a Yeti one. Very nice cooler. I'll tell you that much. I do not own a Yeti cooler. As a matter of fact, I have like one small cooler. So I'm not a beach person, like beach here, because the water's freezing here. Like I'll do it in warmer water. And I'm not a fan of freezing cold beach water here in Massachusetts. The tsunami has arrived formed in the Philippines after the earthquake. This was 8 hours ago, though. Oh no. Oh no. I hope it doesn't get worse. It's hard to see. Yeah, the Yeti. That's the one that it was, the Yeti. All these people were like, I just felt the earthquake in Florida. That's wild. You know, I'm sure my family's fine. Otherwise, I feel like I would have got a phone call. And it made me feel better watching these other people's little clips, because that tells me that like things are shaking, but like things weren't falling, you know? Like, so my grandmother's old, but she's not alone. My brother, checks in on her every day, so that's a good thing. Hold on, let's see if we got any updates on the hearing. Please hold while the next subscriber you are trying to reach is located. His motion was denied. That means he's going to have to do it, I guess, within the next 24 hours, I believe, because she stayed it for 24 hours. So I don't know. I would assume that means that he's, I mean, I can't know until I see the judge's order, but it seems like that's what would happen, is he would have to do it. We stayed at one that had a strict no glitter clause. Glitter. Well, that's because glitter. I feel like glitter is such a pain. Listen, my kid has used glitter, and it's a bane of my existence. Of course, I have girls, so all my girls have used glitter at some point in their lives. But glitter is definitely the bane of my existence. Once they get the glitter on the floor, you can mop it, you can sweep it, but it gets stuck in like the crevices of the tile, and then you're down on your hands and knees, you're scraping and trying to get, and it's still sticking. Like it's endlessly sticks. Goddamn glitter. $2,000 cleaning fee. I mean, that's kind of wild. That's crazy. Parker's protective order denied by the judge just now on Boston 25. Thank you, Lulu. When I worked in Mass, I told an employee I could tell a northerner because they stopped to take pictures of critters and take fruit from the groves. See, I don't think I would take fruit from the groves. I just don't know. You don't know what animals or pesticides or bugs are crawling inside of it. No, thanks. I'll wait until they clean it and sell it in the store and clean it again when I get it home. It says deposition to be held. I mean, I definitely would take pictures of the critters, though. I like the little lizards they have in Florida. They're so cute. We used to see a ton of those on the porch of the Airbnb we stayed at, and little lizards in the morning, and they would just be like chilling. But I'm not a fan of gators either. I'll tell you that much. I'm not a huge fan of the gators, but I definitely would take a picture or two of some of the cuter critters, He said he could tell a southerner because they take pictures of the leaves. Yeah, when people come here, they go to like the Berkshires to see the fall foliage change out in the mountains when they come to Massachusetts. Like that's like a thing where people come here in the fall so they can see all the leaves changing and falling. And I'm like, it's so mundane for us who live here. We're like, yeah, no, I don't fucking care about the goddamn leaves falling. What that means is it's getting colder and we now have to deal with goddamn New England winter. No fucking thank you. Like, no, thank you. It is so true, though. It's so very true. That's a very good point. It's very, very true. I concur on that one, Space Coast. I concur. What am I getting here? Hold on. Interesting. All right, I'm going to wrap mine up. Mike's recording the hearing anyway, so you guys will be able to see it. I'm so afraid of going to the Everglades. I feel like I'm going to get eaten by a gator. I have never been on an airboat. I definitely want to be on an airboat. But I would be afraid of the gators. Be afraid they'd be snapping up and like eating my pinky off, I'm not a fan of I would like to keep my pinky. Leaf lookers, yeah. Yep. Leaf lookers. It's a better nickname than sewer turtle. Or Brokeback Baker. Or Ethel. Ethel, it's the liberals! Machado. God damn. I can't. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. I love your stinking faces. Mike is going to have the hearing. Green grass to brown grass. True that. You don't water it. I just want to say I love your show. You really keep everyone updated. I love it. I think you're, oh, thank you, Lulu. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love your sinking faces. Tomorrow is Tuesday. I'm not sure about tomorrow yet because I have a ton of laundry to do. And my sister said she might go to the laundromat. So if my sister goes to the laundromat, I might be a little later than normal because I need to do laundry. This house needs laundry done in it. We don't have laundry here at the house. We have to go to a laundromat, and it's a whole rigmarole. So if I'm a little late, you guys will know why. But in the meantime, make sure you smash the like button. If you already didn't, I would very well appreciate everyone hitting the like button on their way out. Subscribe if you already have not. Make sure that you change your little bell notifications to all. If you would like to donate to the channel, there's a bunch of different ways you can do it. We have Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Revolut, Chime. It's all in the description of the video. We have a link that works for credit debit and Apple Pay. And we have an Amazon wish list. I love your stinking faces, and I will definitely see y'all tomorrow at some point. Oh, yes. Absolutely. I'm in for that. Buses? What buses? What am I missing? Buses? We don't have buses. Unfortunately, there aren't, like, I don't live in Boston, so there aren't like MBTA buses or trains where I'm at. Unfortunately. Love y'all, stinking faces. Bye, everybody.